Yes.
I got Minka, my guy
And
DeMarco, Patrick, and
outside
Marlon
of Johnson.
We're live.
Outside of Johnson, everybody else is bro. They're my niggas, bro. I fuck with them.
Nah, I feel you. But them niggas not the ones getting them picks. Be them linebackers.
That's me.
I know.
What you mean? You can check. Everybody got at least
look,
5.
Look, the reason why I'm gonna say your secondary not better than my secondary gets fumbles, forced fumbles, interceptions, sacks. Nigga, the third highest sack leader in the league, or he might be tied. I don't know. I gotta look at the numbers again. But it's Minka, nigga. That nigga got 13 sacks, nigga, as a safety, dog. Them niggas not the ones getting them picks.
All right. Yo. What up, everybody? Let me know how we sound. Trying to...
Yeah, let us know if we good.
A little bit of a new setup here.
Marty McFly, what it do?
Julian, Steve Myers, 19. Darryl Brown.
Water, I see you.
M. Tron. Shelton J. King Cam. All right. We ain't going to keep y'all holding much longer then, man. We're going to just go on and jump into this thing. Cool. Yep. Appreciate that, we them boys. This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead in Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth P. Inns. Joining me on the show, we got FIFO 24/7.
What it do?
Nikki Duce.
What's going on?
And joining us remotely, we got Shelton J.
What's happening, man?
Good. And Q's with us this evening. What up? We got a lot to talk about, man. Jesus Christ.
It's an NBA episode, man. I ain't gonna. There was some NFL stuff, but we gonna push that to later on.
NFL don't matter right now.
Yeah. Be joining us once he finish up Dead in Gaming.
Bruh, if you got some, nobody want to hear about no Carolina shit, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, let's go ahead, man. Let's just jump into it because we got a lot to cover.
Yeah.
Marley Kobler
says
says
Q are super low. I'll adjust the setting here, but they're coming through. I'm using a streaming laptop now.
Marley Coldberg says, "Where's MAGA Manny?"
I don't think Manny's gonna be on this one.
So now y'all just disappeared. Hold on, that's weird because y'all were just here. I hate Streamlabs. I hate Windows. I hate it. Bro, it's like it fucking works, man. That's crazy. All right, say something again.
Mike, check. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. You're absolutely correct.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, say I'm not coming in, no sound.
That's hot. All right, one more again.
Yo, 1, 2, 3.
Mic check.
Yeah, they do look low.
Huh?
I said,
Can anybody hear me?
They should be good.
Yeah. They should be able to hear you now.
Yeah, they said it's good now.
Cool.
Rockefeller, yo.
All right, I'm gonna have to turn y'all up in here, but all right, let's go.
Rockefeller,
All right, Fee, I'm gonna need your help with this because I feel like you got a lot of. I was gonna say we should just go by team, like the main teams that added motherfuckers.
Well, I think the only place we could and should start is with the damn Lakers.
All right.
Why?
Because I think that they've made the most noise.
Man, I ain't do shit, man.
I can't hear y'all now. Can you hear him, Q?
I think
They're
they
kind
made
of
the
far
most
away
noise.
now, yeah.
Wait,
It's
we're
like
far
y'all's
away?
Like y'all's
Yeah.
mics are off.
What the hell?
Wait, you guys can't hear us now.
No, we can't hear y'all now, no.
Bro,
Hold
what
on,
the
let
fuck?
me see what chat talking about. Hold up. Chat. Hold up. Okay.
Evidently, the chat can't hear y'all, but I guess me and Q can't hear y'all. Like your mic sound off to us.
Yeah.
Say something again, Nick.
Say something for people.
Yo.
Yeah, no.
Y'all can't hear nothing.
Sound like they off. The mics off.
They say
We can hear you, but the mics are off. Sound like I was just talking like on like natural audio right now.
Oh, it is.
The chat can hear us, but they just showing.
yeah, we can't hear y'all.
Okay, which we ran this setup before.
We have.
But anyway, all right. Let me think about that. Go ahead.
Alrighty, so I say let's start with the Lakers. I feel that they've made the most moves and they got a couple of steals as well. I already know who you want to talk about in terms of who the Lakers got. So go ahead.
we could say the best for last. You know what I'm saying? That's I don't really. He gonna get talked about regardless because he that great. But I was just gonna run down who they signed. Obviously, know about Russell Westbrook. Huh? Obviously, we know about Russell Westbrook, Trevor Ariza, Kent Bazemore, Dwight Howard, Kendrick Nunn.
Whoa, slow up. Because to me, I don't think nobody saw that coming.
That's so crazy.
Is he supposed to be like some big piece? Like people keep on bringing up that Kendrick Nunn thing.
So have you not? See, this is how I know you don't watch basketball.
You keep saying that just because.
Yeah, because you're supposed to know Kendrick Nunn.
No, I know who he is, but why is he this big of a deal?
So did you not see when he killed about a quarter of the year when he was averaging like 25 and he was like their best player?
You talking about this is the Kendrick Nunn who used to be on the Miami Heat?
Yes. Now he came back down to earth and back to human. You know what I'm saying? But he had a big stretch, especially his rookie year, where this guy looked like he was going to be up next. Injuries kind of derailed him, the ascension of Tyler Hero, other things, you know what I'm saying? Then he never really got back to that spot. But even for the Lakers, he doesn't need to be all that. He's a very solid player. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that you wouldn't think that the Lakers would be able to get. Another one of those guys, Malik Monk. Like, how did they pull that off?
That's the one that I was more interested in.
Well, Malik Monk spent a lot of time on injury reserve, so that's how they was able to pull it off. And he'll flash now. He had nights where he was killing, but other nights he get you 2 points. So
that's the same way I feel about Kendrick Nunn.
But you know what? There's so much firepower there that they don't need those other guys to be consistent. Just have your good game when you have your good game. Because the big three is going to be impossible for two of those guys to have a bad game. You know what I'm saying? On a nightly basis. So you're always going to get two of those guys, one of their best games. So I like that. And then there's another.
Because it's like, what are the odds of Monk, Melo, LeBron, AD, all of those guys being off? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
all of them. You know what I mean?
But Q, what are the odds of those guys all being on the court at the same time? Most of those guys have injury issues. So that's the only thing that scares me. I think if they play and they can be consistent throughout the season, more importantly through the playoffs, then they'll be okay.
But why do I hate the fact that people bring up injury like that's not just a part of sports. Like any player at any time can get hurt. So I'm not gonna factor in injury unless it happens. So when motherfuckers be like, oh, this is an old AARP team or some shit like that, I'm like, nigga. Most of these, like FIFA, you brought it up in our chat. Like most of the last champions been
They're always veterans.
They've been veterans.
Counterintuitive to what Sheldon's talking about. Perhaps they made these moves, bro, because they trying to account for the injuries. So they have guys like Kent Bazemore. They got guys like Kendrick Nunn. They got guys like Malik Monk that when you do have Russell Westbrook out for a week with the inevitable knee issue or there's the inevitable, those guys can probably win you about, if you have to go 10 games without your three guys, they might be able to get you 6 or 7, really, depending on how much, each of them is, on and whatnot. I think that Frank Vogel is a good enough defensive coach to be able to teach this new core group of guys the principles and just the fundamentals on how to be sound team basketball. You don't have to get out of your body, but we gonna need some scoring when these guys are off because they're getting older. That's what everybody want to talk about, injuries and age. But this team is built, in my opinion, to have those pure hoopers just come in and be on some like, all right, I'm gonna get you 20-5, you get 21, and then you gonna get 18, and we gonna win the game.
But the reason why you bring up those injuries, Nick, is because these guys have injury histories. These guys are injured every year. We ain't talking about their age. I ain't thinking about age necessarily. I'm just thinking about the guys that's on this team and the injury reports that they were all on for the past few years. Malik Monk has been injured every year of his career. And I'm talking about on and off the injury, report. On and off his whole career. We talk about Nunn has been injured. We talk about everybody on that team you're talking about got some type of ailments. Russ has been pretty consistent. AD is not. LeBron hopefully will be back from his, but you just got a team full of guys that, like you said though, Q. Hopefully they won't. They can make up for it by not being injured at the same time. My thing is they just need to be ready to go for the playoffs and be able to make it through.
Because FIFO, Taylor Horton-Tucker, Kendrick Nunn, Malik Monk, Kent Bazemore, and your backup big, maybe you sign another guy, you get a two-way guy. That second unit is good enough to win you games. In my personal opinion. Add in a couple Dwight Howard minutes here and there. That type of second unit, that's what they were missing against the Phoenix. They didn't have any viable live bodies. Everybody was, if you could, stretch the defense enough to keep a hand up, they weren't going anywhere with it. KCP wasn't putting the ball on the floor, but Malik Monk can put the ball on the floor a little bit if he's there. Kendrick Nunn can do that. Kent Bazemore is a live body for a 3-point shooter, and he can put the ball on the floor a little bit and play defense. So I gotta give him the best offseason that they've had. This is a much better offseason than what they had last year, because I feel like they built on the strengths while also filling in those holes and those weaknesses.
Well, the thing is, I feel, and I agree with you, Q, in terms of this being a better offseason, but it's primarily because the players that they got are more capable players. They're more, we know what they are. There's less question marks about these players. I think the biggest question mark now is how does it all fit? So this is more of a Frank Vogel type of thing. What system are we going to do? Because we always know this, is that any LeBron James team is going to be LeBron-centric. So how does Russ buy into that? AD's already bought into that. He won a championship. How does all of these other bigger personalities buy into winning? Now, obviously, everybody knows that with all of these names, some people are going, you got to check your ego. But with even that being said, there's rumors that the Lakers are still trying to get another big name that nobody's really talking about in free agency right now. But that's J.J. Redick. And I think if they get him, I don't see how the Lakers don't have everything necessary for a championship. To me, already they should win with what they got now, or at least be in the finals. But you add J.J. Redick to this? That's a problem.
That's damn near overkill.
Now, my only issue with the way that the Lakers are presently constructed, they don't have a backup point guard. But with LeBron and Russ, you can stagger them so that way one of them guys is always running the squad. So I'm not really worried. But they get JJ, and if they could get another backup point guard, I think JJ's more important. But that Laker team, man, that shit looks scary.
Hey, y'all already know for me, they won the title once they signed Melo. That's all they really needed, bro. That's their alpha and their omega, really. And Q, quit trying to say Melo coming off the bench. All right, he's a starter. He's coming to LA as a starter. All right.
Over who?
Shit. What you mean? Ain't nobody ain't playing second fiddle to nobody.
Okay, to LeBron he do.
Hey.
Yeah. Check that right there.
Hey, shit. We gonna see. We got some super chats though.
Hey, we got some super chats in there. We're gonna get to real quick. Oblivion Radio, what's happening, man? We appreciate the love, man. He say, Ken, why you get mad when we say Le GM?
Because I think that's diminishes the front office's job that they do. I mean, when they say that, it makes it seem like LeBron's going ahead and saying, oh, I want this guy, I want that guy, I want that guy. Now, do they run things by him? Yes, as most organizations do run things by their superstar. You got to talk about fit. You got to talk about, temperament, all sort of things, and whether or not it will work. You got to get that approval, but it's not like LeBron is going out and giving them and making all of the decisions for the team.
No, but Ken, in the same breath, you can't say that they run stuff by LeBron and LeBron doesn't necessarily run stuff by them. So I'm pretty sure LeBron goes to management. Hey, have you guys considered this guy? This guy, we need X, Y, Z. I think this guy would be a perfect fit.
No, I get that, but a lot of the LeBron as the GM has been debunked numerous times.
Of course,
in previous organizations.
Of course, because people want to make it seem like LeBron is the one that's negotiating the contract and doing all. No, but you can't tell me with a mind like LeBron that he's not saying, hey, we should really go get this guy. Like, I'll put it to you like this. I know for a fact that the whole Tyson Chandler from Phoenix, the first year that he went there, that was LeBron. That was not Magic Johnson. That was nobody. LeBron said, hey, James, all the rings I got you, right? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, you got that front office job, right? Because you're a winner? All right, you welcome. Yeah, let me get Tyson, bro, because y'all niggas don't need him. I bet. Like, I know LeBron pulls moves like that.
Correct. And I was going to say the same thing. You can't tell me that LeBron ain't on the phone with some of those guys saying, I think you want to come to LA to play with me. He's the one making those calls. Who would you rather hear from and who you think is more persuasive, LeBron or Frank Vogel or a GM? You want to talk to LeBron.
He'll call
LeBron.
Go ahead.
But if LeBron calls, you're going to jump.
Yeah, he's calling Russell Westbrook, but he ain't calling Kendrick Nunn. He ain't calling all these other people that they're putting together.
100.
He'll probably call Carmelo,
Yeah, of course, that's a homie.
But
I wouldn't doubt he would be calling Kendrick Nunn. Why not? Why wouldn't you call LeBron in there and say, give this man a call? Who you think gonna jump first? Kendrick Nunn gonna jump for LeBron.
Everybody gonna jump for LeBron.
James is not calling Kendrick Nunn.
I bet he did, man.
Or Kendrick Nunn type player, I should say.
LeBron likes solidified niggas who already made their bones in the NBA. Kendrick Nunn has not made his bones in the NBA.
I'll tell you what it is. It's probably a mixture of the two, but a lot of these guys do the same thing. But LeBron gets the GM because he's the one who's the smartest and the best one to do it. You know what I mean? So he puts guys in position, and ever since they play with LeBron, they go on to get a bag, or they go on to have a pretty solid career, proving that they were able to play high level basketball. Like look at Jeff Green getting himself more bags because he was able to shine in that Game 7 against Boston, with LeBron in 2018. So you see, all these guys who are coming to play with him. LeBron probably FaceTimes the guys, probably gets his agent to call the people, says, yo, do you know this management? Get his management on the line. Yo, LeBron, I want to play with you. All right, yeah, I want to do that. All right, well, we're going to contact Jeannie. We're going to blah, 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 blah. Rob is going to call you. Yo, what's the contract like? That's how that be. And then they say, all right, well, we've come to terms. And they come to LeBron and say, well, Brian, I think we got a deal, and this is what we think about. Oh, yeah, no, I like that. That's what it's like for most stars. You think Ballmer's not doing that with Kawhi? You think that, they weren't doing that for Kyle Lowry in Toronto?
They did it with Kawhi.
Come on. Like, you know what I mean? Come on now.
Let me go on to the next one. We got Oblivion Radio again. We appreciate the super chat love. As we told you before, you help us to keep the station running. You help us give more improved content from all levels of our shows. Thank you for all that you do. Oblivion Radio said, the Warriors have been in L this free agency. Q is right about Bob Myers. What you said about Bob Myers, Q?
I said that Bob Myers might be in the twilight of his moment.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but the thing is, though, is that Steph Curry signed that big extension, and that's cool. $215 million. I can't be mad at that. But I'm concerned if Bradley Beal doesn't leave or if Dame doesn't want to leave. I'm concerned about their window because we saw Kevin Durant take off weeks after looking like he was killing, in the beginning of the regular season this year. And you mean to tell me Klay Thompson is going to come back and be what we saw KD be when he came back again? Like, I don't know if that's possible. And I don't know if that window and that, restraint lines up with what Steph's career should end like, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I think Steph should be able to ride out like that cowboy, like, yo, I'm going out guns blazing, I got me a ring. But now Kuminga, the other draft picks, the young talent around them, I don't know if this is the picture that I saw for Steph Curry right now.
But evidently, that's the one he saw, and that's what I tried to tell all y'all back in the day. Steph wasn't going nowhere. His story is what he wanted it to be. It's exactly where he was going to be.
That's because Westbrook went to L.A.
It wasn't a thought about that.
He was like, all right, well, shit.
Because Steph wasn't going nowhere. Steph never considered L.A. He's exactly where he wanted to be. Because if L.A. was on his mind, I'm sure Russ would still be wherever he is in oblivion.
I mean, also this story is not yet written, and we also got to be real that James Harden had 2-3 years on his contract left. Dame got 3-4 years left on his contract, and these guys are getting moved whenever they want. So it could be next year. Clay's out for 2-3 weeks or 2 months or something, recovering. They'll be back by. I'm not wishing that on him, but I can just see it. You got guys regressing back to the means. The young talent isn't coming through the way it should be. Maybe Wiseman doesn't progress the way you wanted to, and then Steph is back. With the G League team again. You know what I mean? What does that picture look like in a year or two when Steph is 35? Bruh, these guys. And the way that science is advancing athletes in the way to prolong careers, these guys are going to begin playing as the norm for the Mount Rushmore guys. They're going to begin playing in their 40s. It's just the way it is. CP is just the bottom, is scratching the surface of what this new generation of what old players will look like. It's not just the young talent that's going to look different. It's also the old players as well that are also going to be able to prolong and change their careers and prolong what they're doing, in their greatness. So I can see Steph saying 2-3 years from now, get me out of here, man. I'm tired of this.
That ain't going to happen. We them boys with the next one. And we them boys said, appreciate you, we them boys. Dame said he needs help. The Blazers signed Tony Snell, Cody Zeller, and Ben McLemore. Request that trade day. What y'all think about that?
What I think about that is I think that when you look at, and I think somebody put it in the chat, look at all the teams, where the players are going. Mm-hmm. Miami, LA,
Chicago, New York.
Big cities, right? Yep. Milwaukee, nobody gonna go to Milwaukee because they got a goddamn championship. PJ left.
Yep. PJ went to Miami.
He went to Miami.
He's still celebrating.
He got the fuck up out of there. So hey, now we got.
Hey, once you get your ring, you did your job.
He did his job. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Bobby going too. Or is Bobby? Where's
Bobby? Bobby resigned.
Oh, Bobby coming back.
Oh yeah, Bobby ain't PJ. Bobby ain't known for shit but his crazy eyes. That's it.
Oh, I didn't know he stayed.
I could have swore he was going to get more money than that on the market. I think he got
who,
2
Bobby
years.
Or PJ?
Bobby Porter's got 2 years, $8 million.
Bobby ain't shit.
8?
Yeah, 8 or 9 million.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 2 year, $9 million. So
9
4.5
million,
per
right?
year.
Yep.
I'm hoping that he did a player option for that second year. So that way he could opt out of this year, potentially hit the market again. But
I'm hoping he uses money for real estate. He gonna make more off of that than he gonna make in the NBA.
I really like Phoenix using their space on JaVale McGee. I really do like that big as a backup. I think that because
we saw Milwaukee be more physical than
they exposed Ayton.
100%.
It's 2.5 men in Phoenix. I try to tell y'all niggas that.
Okay, well, look, this was their first playoff run. Who?
This nigga right here.
Me?
Yeah.
Phoenix? Yeah, they're a big three.
They be throwing out big three like it's a BOGO sale or some shit. Like, nah, nigga.
People, how do you feel about Chicago? They was asking in the chat.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, they was asking. They had where you got them right. Somebody asked where they got them. Wasn't that one of the super chats?
Asking what happened to that Ball brother connection.
Hey, before you answer that, FIFO, let me read the next super chat because that's what it's on. That's exactly what it's about. Drink More Water said the Bulls signed Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, DeMar DeRozan to pair Zach LaVine, Vucevic, Patrick Williams, and Kobe White.
That's an athletic ass 5, bro. That's an athletic 5.
Where do y'all rank them in the East, though, Q?
I'll just be brief and people can go. I say they can get in probably the play-in, probably the 7th, maybe at the highest for right now.
I got them 7 through 10 the same way, Q. And it's all because of one person.
Who?
And it ain't who y'all think I'm saying either. Even though I'm going to talk shit about his contract too. It's Billy Donovan. Don't trust that nigga at all. That nigga is going to be the crux of y'all team.
But you know what, though? I feel that to a degree, but I think also when you look at the way that this team is constructed, you're only going to play one way. You won't get the up and down that court, and in the half court, you're going to utilize Zach and who the big man that they got from Orlando last season? Vucevic. So I like what they did. Caruso, Lonzo, they fit. I definitely like that back court. I don't think that there's going to be a more dynamic athletically talented back court than them. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know what Levine can do at 6'5", 2 and change.
Are you saying they're the best backcourt in the East?
No, I don't. No, because James Harden and Kyrie.
I'm about to say, I'll make sure you remember who they are.
No, they're not the best backcourt, but I think athletically, there's not going to be many people that can compete with that. You know what I'm saying? Because the last time I saw a dynamic backcourt like that, it was John Wall and Bradley Beal. And Bradley, he's athletic, but he ain't got bounce like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I just think that there's going to be a lot of teams that it's going to be difficult to guard both of those guys like that. Because, again, they're going to get up and down.
You made a face
that pace is going to be really quick.
Mm-hmm.
You made a face when me and Q said 7 through 10 or 7 at the highest.
Because I think they could definitely finish higher than that. But Billy Donovan is going to be a factor overall, like in terms of like seeding, play style, all of that type of stuff. So just like you, I don't trust Billy, but I think from a talent perspective, they should be higher.
They should be higher. They should be
like 5, 6.
They should be 5 through 7. Mm-hmm. But based off of the coaching, that's what I really took away from this season the most. This past season that just passed, coaching really separates everything.
I think the Bulls got one more move to make. I don't think Larry marketing is part of that core moving forward. So I would be looking to see what I can get for him in a sign and trade. Because I'm pretty sure he's probably going to be up soon.
Shit, but Lonzo getting 4 years, 85?
Bruh.
What
that's
the
really good.
fuck?
You said that's good?
That's really good for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for him. Yeah, him and Clutch Sport is Clutch Sports. Clutch Sports. I'll say that. That's the MVP of the whole damn free agency. Clutch Sports got all they niggas paid.
Of course, but okay. Let me ask you this: would you rather? Who's a better player, Lonzo or Duncan Robinson?
Lonzo Ball.
I'll take Duncan.
Get the.
No, the hell.
I think,
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Hey, America runs on Duncan.
Duncan can grow though, and that's why I think they bet on him because he's younger. He's not young, but he's younger. And
but
I
we
think
know
he
what
still
he
has time to grow.
is. He's a 3-point specialist.
Yeah, of course, but I think that I don't know. I think they're betting on what dude being 6'8". I think they're betting on him being able to play a little bit more defense. I think they have that,
and he's growing.
More trust in him. Yeah, he's long,
this
man.
past playoffs, Q was right to point that out in the chat. This last playoffs, this nigga showed out.
No. Look. I like Duncan Robinson, but the point I'm making is that Lonzo affects the game in so many more ways, offensively and defensively. And that dude got $5 million more than Lonzo. That dude was an undrafted rookie, and he got $5 million more than Lonzo. When Lonzo has gone from 40% free throw shooter to damn near 80% free throw shooter in 3 years. So
I get the stats, but the impact is what I'm talking about.
And the impact is definitely what I'm talking about.
You say he impacts the game, then why the Pelicans couldn't get in the playoffs?
I think that they've been asked to do two different things, and I think that what FIFA is highlighting is that you can ask Lonzo Ball to go deeper in that bag than you can ask, Duncan Robinson. Where all right, I need a defensive tool. Lonzo got that. I need you to push pace. Lonzo got that. I need you to move the ball, not just up and down the court, but around the cylinder. I
get what he can do, but that shit don't impact the game or the team. So then why didn't they make the playoffs?
They didn't make the playoffs because
I'm not saying that he was the reason why they didn't make the playoffs. But I'm saying if y'all saying he impacted the game like that, with him, Zion, and Bi, they should have made the playoffs.
The problem was Stan Van Gundy. Okay. He was the problem from the moment that they
David
hired
Griffin.
him.
David Griffin, it needs to be fired tonight.
Yes. Yes.
Y'all saying that right now. We don't know what the season gonna look like for the Pelicans.
No, you know what? It doesn't matter what the season looks like. You know what matters? What Zion's people is in Zion's ear telling them. What the people on the outside look at this fucking firestorm and be like, Zion's not gonna stay there. Just like Ken said, where are all of these major free agents signing in desirable markets? And the only way that a small market can even think about attracting a major free agent is by having a guy like Zion there, is by having your big three, their version of a big three in terms of Lonzo, B.I., and Zion there to attract another guy when the time and the money permits. David Griffin fucked all that up. All that up.
Because he let Lonzo go.
No, because first and foremost, he hired Stan Van Gundy and then fired him after the season.
Yeah.
That's not, you cannot, look, if you are taking over a rebuild situation with no true building block, that's okay, right? Because what the fuck are we doing here anyway? It doesn't matter. You got Zion Williamson. You got Brandon Ingram. You got true young talent. We said over a year ago that New Orleans had the best young talent in the league. What happened to that? Because they're nowhere near that no more. There's only.
I'll tell you exactly what happened. FIFA, they signed Eric Bledsoe to put and take the ball out of Zion's hands, and they signed Steven Adams to put right in the middle where Zion shot 65% true shooting percentage last year.
But he still averaged 25 plus and 10 rebounds.
100.
So that's my thing is this. Y'all making it bigger than what it is. I'm only solely talking about Lonzo. Y'all keep on trying to bring it to Dave. Fuck all that shit. Okay, Lonzo Ball. What has he shown you? I asked this question on Twitter. What has Lonzo shown you for real? I know what he can do, but he hasn't shown me impact. So
Lonzo Ball has shown me.
This is his third team.
So explain to me how averaging 15 points, 8 rebounds, or 8 assists and 6 rebounds is not impactful.
Because it doesn't lead to wins. They didn't win.
First of all, I look at NBA contracts in the manner of like album sales back in the 90s versus today. It's like twice as what they are now because it means more, blah, 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 currency exchange, all that shit, right? So really, I look at this like a $45 million deal. It's an $80-some million deal, but that's just how it is in 2022, 2021. And the premium that Lonzo Ball provides you skill-wise is everything I just said, but his ability for Chicago at a premium to be able to play defense off of DeRozan and off of Levine. He can take those assignments, and when they pass him the ball, he can knock down an open three. That's not something that you can just come by at the level that he can do it. And he's progressed every single year, taking a step up, taking a new step and a new step, all because I think that LA was a bad situation for him where he had to flourish under LeBron's tutelage. And he wasn't ready to do that. He needed to become his own man. And I think that Chicago actually got a bargain with what Lonzo Ball's potential could be 100. In this team.
100. Because, Nick, you keep talking about the one player, and that one player can have impact. But when you are still young and you have not established yourself, because Zion hasn't even established himself in the league yet.
Zion wasn't the issue.
No, the team is the issue. The way that team was constructed is the issue. The message coming from the GM through the coach onto that court is the issue. And that's what we're trying to tell you. Lonzo did his job and did what was asked of him. He had tremendous impact there. They didn't appreciate it, and they also did not win, not because of Lonzo, but because of the surrounding situation.
I'm saying for all that he can do, I have not seen him make that impact on a team for a season to carry them or push them further. So hold on. So when you talk about 3 to 5, Lonzo's on his 4th year in the league, right? Because he just got paid. So he got one more year on that 3 to 5. And y'all motherfuckers still talking about all this shit he can do. Motherfuckers in the chat talking about some Nick don't watch basketball, bro. I'm like, all right, then tell me what the fuck he's done. If he ain't done shit yet, if he hasn't done shit yet, because you can't tell me shit. You keep going back to David Griffin and all that other motherfuckers.
But you know what?
Tell me what he done.
When you try to make this point, I always go back to when you said that Steph Curry can't create his own shot, and when you talked about wait. I'm not done. You also talked hella shit on Dame Lillard, and now you on Dame Lillard's nuts.
I didn't say I talked hella shit about Dame Lillard.
You did the year before.
No, I didn't.
And then now you're on his.
I was
nuts.
saying the same shit.
No, you wasn't.
I was saying the same shit.
Wasn't.
I didn't talk shit about him like he was shitty.
Because now you talk about Dame is this and Dame is that, but what the fuck did Dame win?
Dame has.
What has Dame done?
They went to the Western Conference Finals. What are you talking about?
Okay, and did they win?
They went to the Western Conference Finals. I don't have to question Dame about winning.
Okay, but how long did it take Dame to get to that point?
He just recently got there recently, right?
All right,
Since the criticism.
How many years has Dame been in the league? It's more than 4, way more than 4.
But he was Rookie of the Year, was he not?
Okay.
So he already proved that he has impact on the team based off of he shows that he has impact as an individual, let alone. Lonzo hasn't shown any of that. I'm asking for something, just something. Give me some evidence.
This is how
you
I
talking
know,
about Dame Lillard and Lonzo?
And this is how I know you don't watch.
So how?
Because when you look at all of the increase that Lonzo has had.
So he went from 11 points to 15, and that's something I gotta go throw a parade for that.
Hey Q,
he deserve $85 million.
You could go ahead and talk, bro. Cause I'm done.
I was saying, when it comes to Lonzo Ball, Nick, you gotta at least acknowledge the fact that every single year he's taking that step. He's taking a new step. And even in the Dame example, that was still Aldridge and Brandon Roy's team. Brandon Roy just fell apart. And
Brandon Roy wasn't on the team with Dame.
They had already been to the playoffs. That was not a team that was that Wesley Matthews, Nick Batum. That team was not ill-experienced. It's just Dame Lillard put them over the top. Lonzo Ball was not coming into a situation like that at all. He was coming into a rebuilding. We're going to figure out who everyone is, and then boom, the LeBron bomb drop. And then everything is now steered towards you got to ascend now. So so this is not me apologizing for Lonzo Ball and the shot and how bad it was, Nick. This is me saying, look where the motherfucker came from. I mean, goddamn, like look what the ground zero to now in Chicago being a key piece. You gotta at least acknowledge that.
But no, I'm not giving you that because he didn't come in the league on some humble shit. He wasn't no second round pick or late first round pick. He was literally Magic Johnson sat where FIFO is at, and I'm Lonzo Ball, and he said, this nigga gonna have his jersey in the fucking rafters. That was the expectation for Lonzo Ball. His daddy was talking shit since high school.
But let me ask
so when I see this nigga in the league get fucking molested by Pat Bev game 1, and then get traded to his third team and get paid $85 million, and y'all niggas still saying, wait for it. Fuck all that shit, man. Fuck all that shit.
Because you know what? Chauncey Billups, he wouldn't be Mr. Big. That man was traded 2-3 times in his first 2-3 years. And once he finally got to the right team, what happened? He won a championship. And he got the moniker Mr. Big Shot.
Can I ask you a question?
And he was the number 3 overall pick.
Can I ask you a question?
What up?
Expectations for Lonzo Ball.
What were expectations of any top 5 pick?
I'm asking you. I'm not talking about any. I'm just talking about Lonzo Ball. Okay. Expectations for Lonzo Ball was for what? He was going to be what?
One of the best point guards in the league.
Okay.
He's still on that trajectory.
Very pro Lonzo, and they were like, he's going to be amazing. And there was obviously the other camp that said, we hate him, but it was because of LeVar. Lonzo was never the one on first take like, yeah, you know, I'm better than Steph, I'm better than this. It was his dad trying to get his family on the map, trying to get his family a bag, trying to get his family some publicity for his businesses and his companies, his LLCs, and that's how they got himself a brand. That's how they got the son in the national spotlight and made his UCLA star even bigger. That was just the way that they had to introduce him. But to me, all the real hoopers, all the people who really knew the game, they thought Lonzo had potential to be good.
Very good, yeah.
I never heard anyone with a rational basketball mind say, Lonzo, he's going to be the greatest, or he's trash. They said, oh, no, Duke can push pace, Duke can do this, play a little bit of defense. He knows how to pass the ball. He's good. We'll see.
Let me ask you this, Q.
Right.
Let me ask you this, Q. Has he lived up to his draft pick at all?
Has he lived up to his draft pick? I think that getting 4 years, $85 million somewhere he was being put at after the first year, man, like, yeah, I think he's met it now where people can respect it and be like, you know what? He had a rough start. But look where he's at now.
So just because he got paid, now you respect it.
I think that he got paid because of the merit of his play, not just he got paid because he got paid. But
He got paid because he was respected, not respected because he got paid.
Yeah.
He got paid based off his play and what he can contribute to a team.
Yeah.
And the reason why Duncan Robinson got more is he meant more to that team where he was.
Yeah.
So that's why he got more money. It had nothing really.
Shooting's a premium.
Yeah.
Yo. Hey, are we coming through the mics now?
Yes. Yeah, for a second it wasn't. It popped out for a second.
All right. So
what about right now?
Yes, it's great.
I bet. So let's also take into context. Steph Curry's first deal was 4 years, 40-some-odd million. Mm-hmm. Steph Curry, and in year 4, you could have had the same argument. Oh, what the hell is Steph Curry? Steph Curry, you know what? Steph Curry gonna be out the league. He can't stay healthy. He can't do this. Well,
people were saying that.
I know they were. I know they were, Ken. Okay. You know I watch basketball. So now look at where Steph Curry is. The only unanimous.
Was there no
MVP.
justification for that contract? I'm asking you the question. Was there no justification for that contract? Because you even said you always when you bring up Steph Curry's earlier, you said what did you say about his ankle that you always say it was softer than tissue, cottonelle.
100%.
So they couldn't trust him. That's why they gave him that contract. He had to prove.
And Lonzo got double the money.
Well, this is the bloviate in NBA now. The money went up. The TV contracts went up.
Still got double the money. There's still people out here signing $40 and $50 million deals. There's still people out here signing $30 million deals.
Exactly.
They valued.
And who did I think first?
I think they valued Lonzo respectively.
Who did I think first? I think Clutch Sports first, because that's who got them that fucking deal.
At the end of the day, you know what? But you also got to give Lonzo credit because Lonzo could have signed with anybody and he signed with them. Oh, y'all niggas getting the money? Well, let me get the money too.
Of course.
So that's number one.
You go where the money
Number
at.
two,
I mean,
if it wasn't.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fivo.
Number two, if it wasn't for Lonzo's work ethic and showing up, right? Because it's one thing to put all of these hours in the gym and still average what you average. There's countless NBA players that work hard as hell, but they'll never be more than an 8-point-a-game scorer. They'll never have impact. They'll never play more than 15 minutes a game. Lonzo has been put in 2 different situations where, number one, Luke Walton didn't know what the fuck he was doing. That's number one. Number two, then you get a young core in a rebuild and you go hire Stan motherfucking Van Gundy. Now, I don't like Billy Donovan, but I don't think that Lonzo has played with a better roster than what he's going to play with now. So at the end of the day, Lonzo had to put in the work to get where he's at. Nick, am I saying that he's the greatest point guard in the NBA or has the potential to be? I don't really think so, because I think for him it's mental. I think he should be more aggressive, and I said that from day one. But you can't tell me, and even from day one, I always felt he was going to be a piece on a championship team. Not the piece, not the, okay, we got Lonzo, now we good, now it don't matter what the hell we go get. No, hell no, it's the other way around. Depending on what you have a Zach LaVine, high flyer, right? Can shoot threes, create his own shit, but he needs to get easier buckets. Who in the last 3 years, matter of fact, since Zach LaVine's been in the league, who has he played with that made the game easier for him? Every scorer, no matter how great you are, off the dribble, catch and shoot, whatever, it's always easier to play with a point guard. He finally has that. Vucevic has been in point guard fucking hell in Orlando. Finally has a point guard. You know what I'm saying? You look at DeMar DeRozan, again, another mid-range finisher type of guy, uber athletic. This team and what Lonzo means for them is, like, I agree with Q. They got a bargain for what Lonzo's going to bring to that team. For that team.
Do you know why they got a bargain? I'm asking, do you know why they got a bargain? Why are we saying bargain like that's a positive thing for this situation?
All right, we gotta move on. Hey, Shelton and Q, say something for me real quick. All right, hold on. I'm getting an echo from you guys. I'm trying to fix it. One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
Mic check. Are we good?
Hold on, I'm checking now.
Also, Brooklyn has good Kyrie insurance with that Patty Mills signing.
They do.
And I'm not joking.
But Q, you said it right. You said it best though. That team when they added Eric Bledsoe and they added Steven Adams, it kind of messed it up for their two young stars because neither one of them could do what they do best because they had to share the spot with somebody in the same position.
Come on,
So
and tell me, Sheldon, why would if I'm Zion, if you're Zion, you're not excited to wake up this morning and see you got your team just got Jonas Valanciunas, Satoransky, and Leo Didui, whatever his name is, Didui, some overseas. That's who you came and got. All these people heading out west, all these people packing their bags to go to Utah, and no one wants to come play with me.
Right.
Man, he out there so quick, man. They about to move. Either that team's getting moved because they need to keep him there, or they about to move it to Seattle or move it to Vegas, or he going to New York, man.
Yeah, he's out of there. Let me get to these other super chats because we're behind a little bit. Chief Miyagi, man, we appreciate you very, very much, man, because you always show love. Appreciate you, man. We're going to try to keep the content coming and keep y'all. Chief Miyagi said, what's good, y'all? I hope y'all all right. With a little flexibility.
Lakers had, they made out pretty damn well. Solid squad for when, if AD, Bron, and Russ take nights off. They can keep the team afloat. What to do with Schroeder?
Pray. Pray somebody gonna take him.
You think he needs to leave?
I mean, obviously they gotta find a partner to send him to. So, but I don't know who the trade partner is gonna be. Or I think he can just leave outright. Can he should be unrestricted. So, now that you got all this, shooting talent, you don't really need him at all because he can't shoot. Worth a lick.
Yeah, what are they going to do with Schroeder? I guess that is the question because he's not getting any offers, is he?
He ain't got shit yet.
Man, some tells me Pelinka's trying to get Buddy Hield still. Some tells me.
That would be the one that I would think would be Buddy Hield.
Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy.
Let me see where I missed something. Hold on.
We just recapping the night. We ain't doing nothing too.
Drink more water. Drink more water said the Bucks signed George Hill, Rodney Hood, Sime Augulay is a Tucker replacement, all for the veteran minimum, and are in talks with Victor Oladipo.
That's cool for the Bucks.
The Bucks
about what Milwaukee doing, man.
The Bucks gonna be top 3 in the East, and then probably get bounced out in the second round. They got their title. They gonna get they not gonna repeat.
Right. Fast forward 12 months, it's gonna be the Bucks winning another. Gonna be like,
hey, if Giannis do it again,
Giannis did it again.
that'll be insane. But I don't see it happening.
Bruh.
Everybody got too much.
Everybody got that. Bruh, he will be talking the most shit.
I think I missed one from We Them Boys. If I did, We Them Boys, please at me in the chat and say it again because I think I missed one from you. Oblivion Radio with the super chat. Oblivion Radio, appreciate you again. Talk about being critical to Giannis. Ken and Nick giving the same to Melo and Zoe.
Wait, what did I say about Melo?
Oh, you talking about LaMelo?
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about Carmelo.
Yeah, shit. I'm
say
assuming he's
anything
talking about LaMelo because Carmelo shouldn't be in the same conversation.
No,
with
he didn't say LaMelo. He said Melo.
Nah, yeah,
I don't remember saying anything about Anthony.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. Now Ball maybe, but I don't think I said anything about Carmelo Anthony. Nah, that's the only Melo I know. I
respect LaMelo. He's done some shit in the league. I can respect LaMelo. Lonzo's the nigga that I'm like, all right, y'all. I guess we'll see. Because they said I don't watch the game, so we gonna see.
Here's the thing, all right. So what's up with the Ball brothers situation now?
Well, LiAngelo's already part of their summer league roster.
You know he ain't gonna make the team.
You don't think he's gonna make the team?
How you talking?
What?
You talking like that nigga really gonna be on the team for real?
Okay.
He ain't making the team, bro. It ain't gonna happen. Now, especially now that Lonzo gone.
Yeah, honestly, I had to see about that FIFA. I don't know. Like, I don't have much faith in that, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I just don't.
They are. Yeah.
If he surprises me, he does, but I don't have much faith in. I don't even think about LiAngelo. I don't see him moving the needle at all.
All right, we'll see in summer league.
Yeah, we'll see. Something going on with y'all video feed though. Yeah. It's a little weird, but I can't fix it right now. Yeah, y'all keep lagging and stuff.
Streamlabs acting up tonight.
Yeah, I hate this thing. I will find an alternative and a better way. This I can't do it anymore.
Apologies, everybody. It's all good though. We're doing our
best. We still lagging?
Yeah, we still good. It's just choppy and lagging, but you know, it's the device. So I'll find a way to fix it or go to something else.
Mm-hmm. Tracy G with the super chat. Thank you, Tracy G, as always.
Shout out, Tracy.
No, drink more water. I'm sorry, I missed one. Drink more water said, worried about Collins not signing the 5-year, $125 million extension. And thoughts on Jimmy Butler's 4-year, $184 million, and Chris Paul's 4-year, $120 million extension.
Well,
that's what superstars get when
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, tell him again. Tell him again.
Chris Paul?
Oh God! You see, y'all was talking all that shit last year. Well, Jimmy is a superstar. And they about to run that shit back now with a whole nice little 5. You gonna see the superstar come out once you give a man that talent.
Yeah, he need all the help he can get.
Nah, don't gas it though, because PJ Tucker is help, but he not help. Like he not help.
Kyle Lowry
and got Dame. Kyle Lowry's great, but he not help. It's Jimmy gonna elevate and they gonna level off a little bit. You know what I mean?
The Heat, they a top 4 team in the East.
He got 185.
I don't know about that.
I think so.
Was that a raise?
I think he was making like
either way, I think it was a smart decision by Miami to bring him back. I think he is a Heat. He fits their culture, the way they work, et cetera, et cetera. They built the team around him because they saw, since he wasn't a superstar, he can't carry the team by himself. So they had to
chill out. Chill out. He took him to the finals. No one ever thought he was going to take him to the finals.
We just carried him.
All right. We're gonna see. Yeah, y'all. We're gonna be saying the same thing. We're gonna say the same thing about the Bucks next year too.
When Jimmy in the Eastern Conference Finals, I ain't trying to hear what y'all talking about.
Jimmy gonna be Jimmy, man.
All right.
He's gonna be a solid basketball player like he always has. And that's it.
Y'all so disrespectful.
He is solid.
Go ahead, yeah. Go ahead, man.
Tracy G with the super chat. Appreciate you, Tracy. I like what the Bulls did. Of course you did. You from Chicago. I like Lonzo with the Bulls. I'm calling it now Eastern Conference Finals 100.
Hell no.
That's some hometown love to me, Tracy.
She must be telling us her 2K shit.
Who's making the finals?
He's talking about the Bulls because he said they got Lonzo.
They're not even making the playoffs.
No, they're making the playoffs.
No, Tracy's
they
from
they gonna make
Chicago.
a play-in. At least
they're making the playoffs.
If they don't make the play-in, you ain't gonna hear the last of it from me.
They're making the playoffs. But the Eastern Conference, okay. Nah, I'm not sipping that juice over there that he's sipping. I'm definitely not doing that.
Tracy G, I think it's a shit. But that's a good fit for Lonzo. I like
Brendan Irvin. It is. It's a really good fit. Brendan Irvin with the super chat. Appreciate you, Brendan. Brendan said, so far, who had better free agency, the Bulls or the Heat?
I think,
in my opinion, the Bulls
did what they needed to do, but they still need to make one more move. They need probably one more big. They're still too small to me because teams like Milwaukee and teams like Philly, they can beat them up. You know what I mean? So we gonna see, but. Chicago did a great job, man. I really can't stress that enough. And last thing about Lonzo, I really want to say that the template for what I think his trajectory of his career is going to be is Drew Holiday. That's just what I'm going to go with, like my hot take.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I think that you're right about that. Drummond the Heat should have went after Drummond.
I don't know what the hell we doing. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like I'm gonna be so real with you. I'm not gonna go on no tangent, but we are done. It's done. It's over. Joel Embiid he is gone. He is gone, and I'm fine with that because we fucked around.
I think that was a super chat I missed. Somebody said that the Sixers was gonna run it back with Ben. What do you think about that?
Yes, they are. They're not trading
because nobody want to take him.
Well, they're asking for first round picks.
Nobody wants him.
At
Nobody
that
wants-
price.
I don't think they asking for that much.
They are.
They are.
They
They
are.
said they want an
They are,
all-star
Nick.
caliber player and 4 first-round picks.
I can't see them
This
seriously.
is Daryl Morey.
Yeah. Remember what he asked for with
With
Harden?
James Harden, and he got it. So
Did he get it?
yeah.
Wait, was he
got
behind
it?
that trade?
Did you not see how many draft picks they just?
I don't think that
drafted?
was him. I don't think that was him that did that one.
No, he got
was
fired.
gone
He
by
got
then.
fired before that shit.
He was gone
happened.
by then.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
He got fired.
That was
Oh
the
yeah,
guy.
that's right.
That was
He
the guy.
left right after the
Either
playoffs.
way, that's what they're asking for. I do believe that's what they're asking for, and I think they're trying to be slick. I think they're asking for that much so they can say there's no trade package out there for him, so they can bring him back. They're gonna bring him back. They
But
want
then
to bring him back.
why even throw out? Why even make this whole spectacle if you just want to bring
It's
him
the
back?
media. You gotta spin this thing in the media. This is what they do.
And part of it is
So
you
that's what
gotta
Daryl
let
Morey
people
has
know.
to do.
You.
Yep.
I agree with Ken. You got to let people know that he is available, and then you bring him back, and then you let him ball out, and then you trade him. Because here's the thing, there's gonna be a buyer for Ben Simmons. It's just not right now,
And
right?
not at that price.
And not at that price. Because remember what we said. Why is Daryl Morey trying to trade Ben Simmons at his lowest value? Right? So what you do is you allow that asset again to appreciate. But you put it out there, hey, he is available. This is what we value him at. Maybe you think we're crazy, but then we bring him back and then he balls out and you're like, oh shit, well, maybe he is worth all that. And you gonna catch a sucker that's gonna give you all
for
that.
real. Because everything in the NBA regarding contracts, regarding trades, it's all about recency bias. It's all about what is the last scene you do. So people last saw Ben Simmons look like the worst dude at Planet Fitness, and everyone is like, God damn, I'm not trading even my worst G Leaguer for him. But I promise you, if you give Ben Simmons just imagine if we traded him after he dropped 42 on Utah, we probably could have got a much better package for him. Because the last thing people saw was, oh, damn, 42, great defense. I see what he could do with my team. If I get some shooters around him, GM's brains start moving. The gears start spinning. But when you're in the offseason now, I think Daryl Morey did this only because as a formality. He had to raise the value so astronomically high that everyone's like, hell no, I'm not doing that. So that he could get the real offer he wants when Ben starts to play well. Or he can drive it up if Ben exceeds what he thinks he should play baseline talent-wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then going back to the super chat, I think the Heat had the better offseason than the Bulls. I like the Bulls' move, but I think the Heat really added some nice pieces.
They added
to
some
their
impact
core.
players.
Yeah.
So going back to what Q is saying, in all honesty, one of the things that I learned about business is it's not a good deal unless both parties are not happy. And the reason why you put that asking price so astronomical, because nobody's going to give you that. But what's going to happen is the best deal is Murray's going to have to give up on the 4 first-round picks or getting an all-star level player. He's going to have to give up on some of that. And whoever is going to make that trade, they're going to have to negotiate some shit too. You know what I'm saying? So both of those people are not going to get what they initially wanted. So that's what's going to make a good move. Now, I don't even know if Ben Simmons gets traded. You know why? Because if he comes in and he balls out the way that everybody, including myself, believed that he was supposed to do, then why the hell do you trade that?
Right.
How long has he signed for? He just signed an extension last year. Why would I get rid of that? You know what I'm saying? So this is the best way to handle the situation, right? Because it's not like this game was played under a blackout. Everybody saw the same shit. Everybody saw a 6'10" athletic freak with the IQ of that only maybe 2 or 3 other basketball players have in this game right now, and he's the youngest out of the bunch. Pass up a wide open dunk. Shoot 30% from the free throw line. Everybody saw that.
Run from the free throw.
Everybody saw that. You cannot unhide that. You cannot, however that makes you feel as a spectator, you can't take that emotion away. So Daryl Morey is doing the best thing possible on both ends for Ben Simmons and for the organization. Because at the end of the day, the GM's job is to put forth the best product possible. And you're supposed to protect your players. believe it or not, this is actually protecting Ben Simmons. This is saying that we believe so high in Ben Simmons, you got to go way the fuck out here for me to make this move. That's where he's valuing Ben Simmons. Now, does everybody think he's a little crazy?
Otherwise, we would have took Malcolm Brogdon, T.J. Warren in a second-round pick for Ben Simmons.
Yep.
And if you're Daryl Morey, you're kind of having two outcomes in your mind. Your one outcome is he comes in and he plays just the way that I know he should be able to play. Not adding in a jumper, just the way he should be able to play right now. All right, he's going to make 16 points. He's going to, average 7 assists. He's going to get 8 rebounds. I can trade this for a good enough star. Not getting anything else, right? That's his one outcome that he's thinking. The other outcome is this motherfucker comes in. He has a little 18-footer, a little 12-footer. He can get back to the basket game and improve. He's more consistent. His mental block is not all the way gone, but it's progress. Then you keeping him. But there's also the third one that could blow up in his face that perhaps he's not thinking about. And he don't want to be here at all. He's depressed around the team. And, man, I don't care what y'all want to do with me, man. I already got my money. I ain't finna, play my ass off so y'all can trade me. That's the third outcome, and I think Ben could be that spiteful. I really do think that he could be that removed on the team.
But I'm not saying that he doesn't have it in him, but it would be the worst business decision for Ben Simmons to do that, because once this contract is up, he's not going to be out the league, but nobody is going to truly have belief in him moving forward. So this is why I'm saying, like, partly why what Daryl Morey is doing is great, because he could play both sides of the fence. Because, when all of the players get back in the training camp and all of this, Daryl Morey could say, hey, look, Ben, we really didn't want to trade you. You see what we value you as. If you come in here and you do what you're supposed to do, what everybody expects for you to do, we're not going to get rid of you.
So you think Ben Simmons is going to be on the team the whole season? This year?
I think the Ben Simmons situation solely relies on his play. He plays up to par, meaning, again, it's not about the numbers with Ben. It's about yes or no. Are you going to shoot? Yes or no. Are you going to dunk on a little 5'11", 6-foot point guard? Yes or no. What are you going to do? If Ben Simmons comes in with the right approach, with the right mentality, and the majority of the answers to those questions are yes, he's going to be on that roster. Because you're not going to find equal value for him. There's not another 6'10" guy with the level of physicality and IQ that he has. So off rip, you're not getting equal value. James Harden would have been close. Kyrie is not that. Dame, yes. But outside of Dame or Kyrie, and again, even though those guys are marksmen from three and they could dance with the ball and all that, neither one of them is 6'10". Neither one of them is a better passer than Ben Simmons. Go ahead.
He's a unicorn is what he is. My quick question to you all is, the team that ended last season in first place, where do you see them, if they stand pat, where do you see them finishing next season?
Fourth.
You think fourth?
Fourth or third.
They're gonna be they're gonna be 4 to 6.
Like like fourth, but not like they're distant fourth, but like half of between them and Boston, or half between them and Atlanta or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So who you think the top 3 seeds are? I know Brooklyn is 1. Who is 2 and 3?
I actually have Milwaukee 1, Brooklyn 2, and Atlanta 3 right now.
Okay.
Man, I like Atlanta. I don't know if I could put them at 3.
I don't know who. Well, maybe Miami jumps to 3rd, but
I don't believe in Miami like that. I think Atlanta's better than Miami. Personally,
John Collins not coming back.
I don't know, man. That is so.
They said it's not even close, bro.
But okay. So this is the shit that I don't understand. First of all, Atlanta could give him the most money. I know Atlanta's offering him 5 years, 120 or 125 or something like that.
They offered him the max. Is that the max for him?
Nah, it's under the max. However, the only other team that can offer him that is San Antonio.
Wow.
That's the only other team that has the cap space to even offer what Atlanta's offering. So if I'm John Collins and I'm not necessarily happy with the amount of money that they're giving me in Atlanta, I'd rather go play with that roster than San Antonio. Because look, think about what happens if John Collins decides to make that move. No more alley-oops. no more highlight plays, bottom of the barrel. That's just what's going to happen. Because
you don't think he knows that?
Huh?
You don't think he knows that?
But then why make that decision?
Sis is open to keeping Simmons, see?
Of course they are. That's what they're playing both sides of the fence.
But they've been open from the beginning. They've been open from the beginning. I'm pretty sure Rich Paul and Daryl Morey are all sitting down way before the free agency after the game 7, and they were like, "Look, what do you want to do with Ben?" And it was reported that they had came to a meeting of the minds and said that we're going to be in lockstep with how this process goes. So what that says to me is that they were working in concert. Whereas, like, all right, well, if we can't find this for him, then to keep his reputation in the league, we will not trade him. And I'm not going to trade Ben because I don't want to make a bad move for the organization. And I'm hoping that he's open to coming back and playing. And if maybe we can find something for him at the deadline. And, Rich was probably like, oh, yeah, that sounds good. And that's normally how these things go when you have a distressed asset like this. Because this was the story with, if I'm not mistaken, this was the story with Paul George, and this was the story, and it took them some years for them to trade him finally. You know what I mean?
It's kind of tough to move on. It's kind of tough to move on, like you said, people from a talent like that at that level. And once again, you cannot forget this team was in first place last year. I know it didn't mean much in the playoffs, and they didn't look like much because they looked like they had a bunch of holes. But that's nothing to just shake your head about. That's an accomplishment, and you can build from there. So the next step is to advance in the playoffs. We saw Milwaukee do it through patience. A lot of people was calling for Giannis's head. We saw what patience got them. So the Sixers may have to exercise that same patience and hope that Ben Simmons adds a little bit to his game as well.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all think Reggie Jackson leaving?
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was
I think he
unrestricted.
should.
Mm-hmm.
So but nobody's calling right now, or at least no one's giving him an offer.
Well, not just yet.
I
There's certain
mean,
guys that
why
the
are we
dust
not
got to
signing?
settle before they get real offers. You know what I'm saying? So I think Reggie is one of those guys.
Right.
Teams are going to explore other options and then settle on Reggie.
Sixers
just
need
like
to get him.
Just like Schroeder. Who the hell calling Schroeder right now? That dude still want $20 million a year. He ain't gonna get that. But when the dust settles, somebody will pick him up.
You going to New York, Nick?
That's what they said.
Right, because you got
That's one of the teams.
Well, Schroeder.
Yeah,
You got-
talk about Evan Fournier. Yeah. Talk about that, Nick. Evan Fournier, $78 million.
I'm gonna let you know this right now.
Speak on that. Speak on that, my brother. Speak on that, brother.
I'm gonna let you know this right now. All the Knicks moves were done perfectly.
Okay.
Perfectly.
He
Because
talk shit about Lonzo Ball. He talking about the Knicks.
What
done
do you
shit
mean by
perfectly.
that?
Okay.
hey, look, the Knicks. I'm gonna let you know right now as a true Knicks fan.
So y'all just spending money just to spend money then, huh?
It's not that, but it's something like that. The Knicks are not gonna win no title in 2 to 3 years East legitimately for the next 2 to 3 seasons. So right now they had the most, probably a top 3 team that had the most cap space this offseason. They re-signed pretty much most of their guys and got a couple guys here and there to reasonable deals that you can use to package in a trade along with some of their draft picks that they traded for in this year's draft and also drafted for somebody else. They looking for the future. Leon Rose is doing a great job. He's been developing his talent. And Leon I trust. All those moves that people making fun of why the Knicks do this and that. This is a shitty free agent market. Outside of the like Ken said earlier, FIFO said earlier, most of the best players or the players that were available went to the other teams already. The Knicks are not a competitive team right now, even though they made the playoffs. They're not legitimately going for a title. So the moves they made,
It's gonna be 2053, and the Knicks fans gonna be talking about trading Derrick Rose and some old assets for LeBron James III and shit. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, Nick. Y'all niggas signed Evan Fournier to $78 million for 4 years. That is bruh. Bruh. Nerlens Noel, Derrick Rose, and Evan Fournier. All right. I guess if you're trying to sign Zion,
I'm gonna entertain you. Q. What moves could they made that you would have said like that's a great move? I'm in this free agency and all that. I'm asking you.
I think that y'all need a backup point guard. Number one, I think Patty Mills could have been way better for y'all than Evan Fournier.
So you saying sign Patty Mills? Go out. Who else?
I think that guys like that. I think that you could sign guys like Jeff Green, who went to Denver over New York.
Okay, so you said sign Patty Mills and Jeff Green. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And then I'd probably re-sign Derrick Rose.
Okay, so you agree with the Derrick Rose signing, even though you just made fun of it.
Well, yeah, it's just the fact that Derrick Rose is y'all's best player in the playoffs in 2021. That's the comedic part about it.
Okay.
But y'all also got the most improved.
You know, Fournier averaged like 17 and shot over like 40% from the three and shit too, right?
He can play.
He can play. So Fournier ain't no scrub.
For who? But for who though?
He ain't no scrub.
He ain't no scrub.
Yeah. I didn't say he's an all-star. I just say he ain't a scrub.
But, you know.
If Lonzo can get 85, Fournier can get 78.
I'm just trying to use your logic, Nick, because he ain't do shit.
I'm just saying, Q, the players you just mentioned, nobody is throwing a parade for any of them motherfuckers either. Even though these are the players off the top of your head that you said these are good signings.
They throwing a parade for Bobby Portis?
Huh?
They throwing a parade for Bobby Portis, Pat Connaughton, and Drew Holiday. All these guys who have those skill sets that guys like those.
Drew Holiday wasn't a player of Drew Holiday's caliber was not available in this free agency.
I mean, that's debatable. Kyle Lowry's on that level to me, but
no one's trying to invest in Kyle Lowry. He ain't even mentioned Kyle Lowry. He on this Miami Heat. I don't even know if that's your squad.
But Miami just did though. They just gave him anyway. So
no, I'm just saying there's nobody in this free agency that you even mentioned that the Knicks could have signed or gotten that would have justified anybody to say that the Knicks are on the right track. So the moves they made are what the best moves they could have made.
I'm confused by the moves is what I'm saying.
How?
I'm confused. How? I'm confused by Evan Fournier for 4 years. I'm confused by
those are all. Evan Fournier is not going to be with the Knicks for 4 years, not even 3 years. I guarantee you, those contracts are going to be traded for other assets. That's the whole. They signed all these players to tradable contracts.
But which assets though, Nick? Like when these
we looking at next. We looking at the future. I just told you the Knicks are not trying to. The Knicks know they cannot compete for a legit title, even for the fucking East, for the next 2 to 3 years. That got shown in this last playoffs when the Atlanta Hawks basically gave him a gentleman's sweep. That we got a lot of work to do. So why are we? So and this free agency class was shitty. I told y'all this free agency class was gonna be shitty early on. The only one that was everybody who you really wanted re-signed with a team.
Well,
that could have really done an impact.
If you're looking at stars,
why did you trade your draft picks?
Huh?
Why did you trade your draft picks, Nick?
They traded draft picks for future draft picks. And they also had a shitty draft pick in this year's draft. They picked 19 and 21.
So you're saying 2023 is when they'll make moves to be
2023 is 2023-24 is when they I see the Knicks legit. They should be in a position to compete for the East.
Who will be the star on the team?
What do you mean? Who would be star? You got RJ. We gonna have
Randall will probably be gone by
then. The Knicks fans are trying to hear that shit.
And Fournier still be there.
4 more years. No,
it's not. So you saying so? Q. What's the timeline for the Knicks then?
I'm not saying what the timeline is. I'm saying.
So what are you saying? I'm asking. What are you saying?
I've been saying is that I don't understand moves. I don't understand what the actual vision is. Are we trying to get Zion here? Because all right, 4 years for $78 million
and Lillard.
Like is it Zion and Lillard? Because that timeline it don't really make sense.
I just told you they're making moves to use as trade assets down the line over the next 2 years when the free agency class will be a lot better than what it is now.
The problem is the assets that you're talking about aren't really all that.
They're built. They're pieces that Q mentioned in the chat as far as they're going to help a championship team win. All the players that they re-signed, all are going to be. They would have been pieces that other teams who are just a few pieces away or just need to fill out their roster that are on good, decent contracts. Most of those contracts, when you break it down year to year, are fairly reasonable, if not more than reasonable for the type of output
players
they
won't
have.
be good though.
We don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know
yes,
what
we do.
We didn't expect Derrick Rose to be as good as he is now after all the shit he's been.
We do that. We do know that.
Youngest MVP ever.
We do know that. We know that Evan Fournier may be battered or statistically it may look good, but these other pieces that are still there, Nerlens Noel, Taj Gibson, nah, bro. Ain't gonna work. Frank Elfrid Payton.
Those are then look at the years. They getting paid less than 12. They getting paid less than $11 million.
I know, but nobody will want them though.
I'm just saying you don't know what people will want. I'm just saying we just have them on. We have them on reasonable contracts where it's not like, all right, if you add this player, and these.
But you can't trade them for a quality star though, because their assets are not good.
In a package deal, you could.
I just want to know. All I'm saying, I just want to know what the vision is. If you're going for a young talent that hasn't, are you all right? So are we going for Imani Bates now? Because all right, that's cool, but that don't really solve the issue of Julius Randle going in extension soon. Because if you're gonna give him that max money, then he's your guy. But if you're trying to clear up, you're trying to sign this guy Evan Fournier now so that in 2-3 years you can trade him when Zion is starting to get out of his day. All right, that makes sense, I guess. But I'm seeing a lot of both ways from fans. So that's why I'm confused. Because some fans are like, we going all in. And I'm like,
there's no reason to go all in. There's no player out there right now that based off of what we have currently that can help us go all in and compete right now. So then that's why I'm just like, then why would we didn't sign anybody to a ridiculous contract. All these contracts are reasonable and they can be moved off easily.
In 2024, the free agents, according to spottrack.com, Paul George will be 34, Damian Lillard 34, Klay Thompson, we don't know, or maybe they 34. Paul George's not 34, is he?
He's younger than that.
Okay. So this will probably be their age then at that time. Paul George, Damian Lillard, Klay Thompson, Tobias Harris, Chris Middleton, Kemba Walker, Pascal Siakam, Drew Holiday, C.J. McCollum, and Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Booker, and Kristaps. I'm going to stop there. That's 2024. 23, you got LeBron James. Hold on. 23 looks good, actually. LeBron James, James Harden, John Wall, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Chris Middleton, Kyrie Irving, Kristaps, Kevin Love, Andrew Wiggins, and Joel and Joker. All will be free agents around that time.
Embiid in the Big Apple? Okay. I see that.
So
I can see that, actually.
He ain't going.
He probably is.
Let me get to the rest of these super chats. Nick, I feel you, but you was crying the other night when them picks got traded, though.
Oh no, yeah, that was me getting too attached to a player. That's how normal Knicks fans react. But in Leon Rose, I trust. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I was worried about you on your drive home. I really was. You look really upset.
It was cool. I was bumping at Isaiah Rashad album that got me through.
Drink more water. I may have missed one before Drink More Waters. If I did, I'm gonna get back to you. Please send it again and at me. Drink More Water said, why would the Kings trade Buddy Hield for Dennis Schroeder when they have Fox, Halliburton, and Davion Mitchell as point guards?
They wouldn't.
Now you cute. Yeah. The franchise you need to be questioning is the damn Kings.
Man, the Kings fans don't expect shit. Y'all do. That's the difference.
I don't know, Shelton. That's a handshake deal that's off the record that somebody made to get that done. If that happens, because you're right, they have point guards. They don't need Dennis Schroeder. Boy, he's so fucked up, bro.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. These owners and GMs, they be making deals by letting other owners and GMs get equity in their companies and shit. Hey, man, just trade me this dude. I promise you, I'll give you 5% in this company. You can get, this much. Oh, word? I swear to, I'm not lying. That's how it be. They be behind the scenes moving
it's bigger than basketball.
It's way bigger than basketball, man.
Mm-hmm.
They say Colin Sexton on the market. What's up?
Aldrin J with the next super chat. Aldrin J said, if Jaylen Brown can't get a max, Collins won't either.
Oh, John Collins?
Yeah.
John Collins out of there, man. They about to max out Trey, right?
They already well, they didn't max out Trey, did they?
Yes, they did. And I think his deal could be worth over 200-some million if he hits certain incentives. Yeah. So like I said before, especially after this playoff performance, he getting as much money as they could throw at him. But you look at Kevin Huerter, they just I believe they're gonna re-sign him for like $85 million.
Did they match?
And they should.
Does Trey have the same max that
they're gonna sign Huerter for?
No, because
that's what I was saying. Like it didn't look like it was a max
because
to me.
Trey has not made an all first team or an all NBA team. I think he's only made one All-Star appearance, but he doesn't have any other accolades, so it doesn't trigger the super max.
They signed a Huerter to a max deal?
$80 million is not max.
Oh, I thought you said max. My bad.
No. $80 million.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I think it's 80 or
It's
85
not.
million. Obviously they've offered John Collins 120. Trey's deal is going to be close to 200. And then in the next year, you're going to have to make decisions on Cam Reddish and DeAndre Hunter. In addition to, you're already paying Bogdan. This is going to be the second year of his contract. So when you got to pay those guys, it's going to be the third year of his contract. So there's a lot of money moves that the Hawks have to make. Now, here's the thing. I think it's a good problem. I think the first hurdle that they got to overcome is bringing John Collins back. Because here's the thing. I don't think that he's elite, but he's also not average. He's definitely above average. And I think for that team, it's worth for them to sign John Collins to what he wants, because you can't replace him. If you let him walk.
And they could always trade him, right?
Well, not if he just signs.
You talking about the sign and trade?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about later on down the road.
If you want to, but you're not going to be able to replicate what he does for your squad. And that's the problem. Because think about it. He could play small ball 5. He could play alongside Clint Capella, not be in Clint Capella's way. Mm-hmm. He's Trae Young's favorite target. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things John Collins does that you just can't we're going to go get him and fill that gap. Like, no. I think he's not worth it to them that much. I think he is to them. Same way I think Rudy Gobert was worth all that money to Utah, not in the NBA, but to Utah.
You look at John Collins. You think Atlanta looks at John Collins like how Utah looks at Rudy Gobert?
He was worth that money for Utah until the last playoffs. Nah, he ain't worth that.
Well, he got another playoffs to try to make it up.
I think all those you mentioned a bunch of. You mentioned 3 players that I think Atlanta favors more than John Collins. Obviously, Trae, I think Hunter, and then I think what's his name?
But
Hooter.
you know what? The key to all of what Atlanta is doing,
Trae,
outside of Trae, is John.
I thought it was Clint.
It's John.
Clint Capella?
It's John, because think about it. Who else on that squad can pick and pop and roll to the basket? No, there's not one other person. Clint Capella only rolls to the basket. Danilo going to pick and pop. Danilo ain't rolling to the basket.
He get boards, though. He led the league in boards, right?
He's not getting – listen to what I'm saying. John Collins is the only player outside of Trae Young that can only does what he does on that squad.
But I'm saying that, like you mentioned, they got other players that on trajectory could be as good as him, if not better.
But they
you got to pay them too.
But they do different things, and because you already have 3 of them, you could let 1 or 2 of them walk, depending on how good they become. What John Collins does.
But this is his time to get paid, and if he don't want to re-sign with them, they gonna let his ass walk.
No, that makes sense, but I don't think he has a lot of options either.
San Antonio, if he wants the
Besides
money, San Antonio is the only other team that can pay him what Atlanta wants to pay him.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be interesting how it play out.
Because 100%, I think it's definitely interesting how it's going to play out, because if he decides anywhere else outside of Atlanta, what that means is that he felt disrespected here, and he wants to earn his respect. Because, again, Atlanta drafted him. Atlanta has his bird rights. They can pay him the most money. The only other team that could even come close is San Antonio. You decide on San Antonio, DeMar already walked. Mm-hmm. They ain't getting no compensation for that. Patty Mills walked. They ain't getting nothing back for that.
Ooh, they're going to be ugly next year.
LaMarcus Aldridge is retired.
Yeah.
What the hell? So you mean to tell me, so if I'm John Collins, me and DeJounte is better than me and Trae?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander coming back to OKC.
I was surprised by that.
Why were you surprised by that?
They was trying to trade his ass.
When?
I think they were, yeah.
When were they trying to trade him?
They was trying to trade him for the draft.
Man, every good GM takes a flight. Like, hey, who you want to talk about? Shai?
Yeah.
Okay, you better come with the shit. Now we good.
I'm just saying, like, the day after, the few days after the draft, now you give him a big contract. I was like, that's
he worth it. 19-5-4. So he's and now they can build around him.
I like him. It's just that it's interesting that they were trying to move off him, which I thought he was their building block.
You know how, I don't know if you remember this, but Shelton may remember this. Shelton, you remember back in the day when we would, and maybe this didn't apply to you, when we were kids, and we'll be on the phone and our mom tell us to get off the phone at 11. Mm-hmm. I think that's cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
think so too. You got a hard curfew.
I think he does. I'm like, you need to get off that.
Bro, he be getting out prompt too. He be like, oh, I got 5 minutes. I want to hear
Even
him out at
worse,
10:59.
Even worse, you know how they be like, I know you're not on that phone.
Right.
Hang it up real quick. That's cute.
Did we miss anything before we get out of here?
I mean,
Yeah, we got Oblivion Radio. Oblivion Radio said, I'm at the point where Dame needs to demand a trade. Don't care which team it is. He needs to leave Portland. He's not winning with them.
I mean
He's working on it.
that's fine. Yeah.
This is the most vocal Dane has been since he's been in Cleveland. He was on that Giannis tip too, and now he not.
It ain't serious until he put it on the mixtape. Once he put it on the mixtape, that's how I know it's serious.
Yeah.
Hey, Marley said, Q too damn tall to have a bedtime. Q definitely has a bedtime.
He got a bedtime, but
he got a hard bedtime.
But mostly everybody stayed. Like all the big pieces stayed. Mike Conley Jr. re-signed with Utah. Who else? We already talked about Butler. Chris Paul stayed. That contract though, I saw somebody's pointing out the years. That nigga gonna be making what? $40 million at 40?
He's making 40 now.
But does it get higher than that as the years go on?
That's how all basketball contracts work. The longer they go, the more they are.
So will he be with the Phoenix Suns throughout that whole year, throughout that whole contract?
I don't know. I think CP's current situation is very fluid, but I think that he's found a home. You know what I'm saying? With a squad that with a squad that most needs him. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's I would if I was a betting man, which I am. But if I were to put money on it, I would put money on that CP will finish it in Phoenix.
Well, we know CP3 ain't leaving because he ain't CP3 don't leave money on the table. Yeah, so he don't leave money on the table.
No,
but
he's not leaving no.
So y'all think the Lakers are done outside of possibly trying to get Buddy Hield?
I don't know how they get Buddy Hield because when you sign all of these guys, you can't trade them. You know, they have to be on the roster for a certain amount of time before they're eligible to be traded. So I think that a more viable option, like I said earlier, is JJ. Because, you know, it's easy to sell JJ. Hey, bro, do you see what we got? Do you want to really compete for a championship?
You think they got enough shooters now?
I think with the addition of Buddy Hield and or JJ Redick, yes. Without them, I think they have enough talent to win.
I think they kind of changed their mindset a little bit. This is my opinion. When it comes to the shooters, I think they went more with people who can make their own shot, create their own shot.
But they got three that shoots 40+ from the three.
But I think the worst 3-point percentage out of the people that they got is like 41%. So I think, but most of those players that they got can get their own bucket. They don't They don't need just to be a spot up shooter.
Yeah,
which I think what they looked at last year when AD got hurt, they realized shit. We can't count on Schroeder.
JJ gonna be nice if JJ go there, man. That shit nice, boy.
Yeah, that really will. They can count on a lot of people, but Melo. Other than that, everything else is good there.
Hey, Sheldon, you must be talking about LaMelo because the one I know, he about to get a ring. Book it now. The Lakers are the 2021-22 champions. Carmelo Anthony Finals MVP.
You calling it? So now you a Lakers fan?
Wait.
Hey, B, I'm about to be Laker dripped out this year. What?
So you're telling me you out of all people now, you was just a Clippers fan like the year before last. Now all of a sudden you a damn Lakers fan now? Come on now. Stop it, Nick.
With a New York Knicks hat on.
Hey, B.
Right, exactly, man.
B.
Come on, Nick.
All right,
Nick,
what do I always say on the show? New information means new decisions. All right.
No, Nick, stay over there with the Knicks, bro. Stay over there.
No, I'm a Knicks fan till I die. It's just gonna be the Lakers versus the Knicks this year.
Knicks are not making.
Who starts at shooting guard?
East, bro.
Melo.
Shooting guard.
Melo is not starting at shooting guard.
This position is basketball, kid. What we talking about?
Melo coming off that bench, bro.
What's the guy named Horton? Yeah, Melo coming off the bench. Melo, I think I can see Melo coming off the bench.
Y'all disrespectful.
Potentially
He is.
Definitely coming off the bench.
Yeah, he's getting buckets. He's gonna come in and get buckets right away.
Yeah.
That's my
Does it really matter? In all honesty, I think the way that this roster is constructed, it don't really matter who starts at the.
You don't think it's too much?
That's why I said this is going to be very interesting. My biggest question about the Lakers is on Frank Vogel. What does, because look,
You talking about the egos or just the talent?
the way that they
Talent.
play.
Okay.
McKinney is out. They're gonna waive him, so he's gone.
But
Yeah.
to me, every LeBron team is always LeBron centric. He's just that polarizing. It's just gonna happen. But how does that look? How does Frank manage egos? Are we going to be a ball movement team? Are we going to be a defensive stop team and push the rock? Like, what is the identity? I think that's always one of my biggest questions, especially with so much talent on a roster. What's the identity? You know what I'm saying? So once they can establish what they want to do and be good at it, then we'll see.
I would love to know what that conversation was between AD, LeBron, and Russ.
Yeah, I
When
wish
they
I was
met
a
up.
fly on the wall.
Man, damn, somebody got to get the scoop on that shit, bro.
I think based off of what happened last year with all the injuries and like depth, I think last year showed that depth will get you further as the season goes on. So I think that's why they
Kawhi
signed.
fucked up for what he did.
They signing all these motherfuckers because they like I forgot. I think Q mentioned or something like that. If somebody get hurt, we got somebody else. Like it ain't. We can just rotate these motherfuckers out.
And even from beyond the injury thing, I think and I said this when the news first broke, is that when LeBron goes to the bench on almost every LeBron team, they fucking suck.
Yes, dude. They look
just,
lost.
They're
They be
horrible.
looking so lost, man.
Yeah, it's like, oh, LeBron's not here. I don't know how to shoot. I don't know how to read a pick and roll. I don't know how to get a rebound. Like, it is the craziest shit. So now you can literally put LeBron on the bench and run with AD and Russ, and that shouldn't happen because we seen Russ get a team by himself to the playoffs. So if you can do that, nigga, you can take this 4-point lead and extend it to 10. You can take this 6-point deficit and get us even before LeBron come back. So to me, that's what's more important, even more so than the injury thing. Because I agree with you to a degree, Nick. Like, injuries are just part of the game. So I'm not gonna hold it so much against them. But I also feel you too, Shelton. AD is walking glass. So we know he's gonna miss 20+ games. LeBron, I can't say he's injury prone. LeBron is old. LeBron has played the most minutes out of any player ever in NBA history. And he's still not done. So, is he breaking down? Yes. Is he injury prone? No. Is Russ injury prone? Maybe, but he gets over his injuries really fast. This nigga's like Wolverine out here. So I'm good. I'm good with the roster.
He was. He old man Logan now.
He is a little bit longer.
You know LeBron?
Yeah.
It's all, he didn't even drink that green shit Logan did. That's what be in that little thermos.
But I think my biggest question is for Frank Vogel. I'm not. I don't question the
coaching,
roster.
it's gonna come down to coaching. We all got to go to the Hawks Lakers game though.
Unless
I know the ticket
town,
prices.
Yeah,
be
them should be stupid.
I know, and especially with all these signs, it's gonna be real stupid. But
Hey,
It can't be no worse.
I'm hoping we get that COVID discount.
Hey, B, what you think about the moves you guys made so far?
I like them. I mean, it's definitely
voice
good
went too
building
high.
pieces. Said what?
We got.
Your
What'd
voice
he
went
say?
too high.
Oh my God.
Hey, we got.
No.
Let me ask you the super chat on that same line real quick
Okay.
since we on that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna get back to yours, Chief Miyagi, in 1 second. But drink more water. Ask Beezy. You like Kelly Olynyk signing with Detroit?
Yeah, it give us some more shooting, which that's always seemed to be like our main struggle over the past few years is like 3-point shooting has been bad. I think Kelly give us some 3-point shooting. Now, how much he's gonna give us, I don't know. I don't know what role Dwayne Casey is gonna put him in, but I mean, I like that signing, man. I like when you go after and get pieces. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious that we're building through the draft and a little bit through free agency. So, of course, I'm not looking for the big superstar, signings or anything like that. So, I mean, I like the moves that they make right now. Like I said, it's for the future. So I'm expecting big things for my Pistons in another 2 or 3 years, or 3 or 4.
Okay. All right.
We got another super chat. Real quick, shout out to Bayheim's Army. They just wanted the TBT. So they won the $1 million off of a last second 3. Well, a last
They in the
game
chat?
point 3. No, that's the TBT.
Say, drop a
Steve
brother's
Miyagi
coins.
with the next super chat. I know. Chief Miyagi with the super chat. He said, if Kawhi had issues with team doctors, why not just have his own medical staff to bypass team doctors, not run into this situation again? This happened with the Spurs and not the Clippers.
He does. But they still need, I think.
Doesn't the NBA have to?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So he has his own doctor. So he gets a second opinion, or maybe the team doctors are the second opinion, one way or the other. But yeah, he does. Y'all think he coming back to? But I agree with that point.
You don't think he's going back to the Clippers? Oh hell no, he going back to the Clippers.
Where's he gonna go? Nobody got money to pay him.
Not that. It's just more. He did all this shit to get to LA.
He gonna take calls, but I don't see anywhere else for him to go.
He wanted to get to be as close to San Diego as possible. And
Yeah,
that's
talk
LA.
about a flop, man.
You said what?
That Clippers thing. This Lakers,
They got to the Western Conference Finals.
Lakers without him. Yep.
Without who? Oh,
Without Kawhi.
they wouldn't have got that far without
And
him.
now they got that far because of Reggie Jackson.
Don't try to hype up Reggie Jackson now. He was not fucking with Reggie.
And now,
With new information.
Right.
Just saying.
Right. Hit him
Reggie
with
look like the
line,
MVP
FIFO. Hit
on
him
that
with his
squad.
line.
What'd you say, B?
No, I said that's right, FIFO. Hit Nick with his own damn line.
that's we didn't talk about it, man. That's messed up what he did. I mean, it's cold-blooded what he did to Russ, man. To call Paul George behind his back like that. That's foul.
What
man.
happened?
Oh, that's what they said that Russ called Kawhi to go to LA,
Mm-hmm.
and he instead just called what PG
He
instead.
called PG and was like, yeah, let me tell you what your man's doing.
Man,
Let me ask you this question though: would you rather have chosen Russ or PG at the time?
I think he wanted to play with PG more than Russ.
I think because in that room, Kawhi's still the alpha. You bring Russ, Kawhi's not the alpha.
Yep.
Or you think that's what he was thinking between the two?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because I feel like we say the alpha, but Russ has played alongside with KD, Harden.
I'm talking personality. There's only a handful of guys that can usurp Russ's stature. LeBron's one of them. If it was just Russ and AD on that Laker team, Russ is the alpha.
But I was gonna say that Kawhi the reason why people question his leadership and all is because he's so nonchalant. That's why I don't know if he has that type of alpha ego.
When you that damn good, you may not talk it, but that you feel the room. There's no question it's Kawhi's team. Russell's there, it's a question whose team it is.
I would disagree with that. Kawhi's Finals MVP, got a title on his 2 titles.
But like you said, he's quiet. So when shit is going all crazy and Kawhi's just there like, and Russ is getting in people's ass, what do you think that the media is gonna say?
And he only
this look like
got-
Russ team.
Technically got one title.
We're not doing technicalities here.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. So now that adds so much more context, not so much, to the sudden departure by Paul George. Like, huh? That don't make sense.
Or I thought he was gonna say it's gonna add more context to when the Lakers and Clippers link up.
Oh,
And
that's always the
those
thing.
matchups is going to be even.
Because when is Kawhi coming back? Is he done for the year?
They haven't said it officially, but they
So he
everybody's-
done for the year.
Yeah.
He probably gonna be done for if not the year, Ken. It's gonna be 3/4 of the year.
He out of there, man.
They never get into
He
it.
ain't out of there.
Yeah.
He out of there, bro.
He gonna resign.
He not.
Well, any other since you came a little late, B, any other free agent moves you want to talk about and stuff before we get out of here? What?
Yeah, I like the moves that the Bulls have been doing so far, and they was able to keep what's the dude begin with an M? His last name was with an M.
Marketing.
Yeah, they was able to keep him as well as add, DeRozan and add Lonzo. Hey, that's gonna be a mean 1 through 3 right there, man. The Lonzo, Zach, and DeRozan, man, that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be fun to watch. So Bulls looking to make a push. I say they looking at a 4 or 5 seed right now. I think in the East. I think that if I was to like just just to predict off of what the East is looking like or what it's gonna look like this year, I can see the Bulls being a 5th seed. I think that's respectable in the East because you figure Milwaukee gonna kind of still be a Milwaukee. Sixers, even though they might take a step, I don't know if Ben Simmons gonna be there or not. Regardless, I think they still gonna be one of the top teams in the East. Miami's gonna probably be up there with the moves they've been making. So yeah, Bull. If you look at it, I say Bulls and Indiana, and then Bulls. I say they can be a 4 or 5 seed. I think that's
So
respectable.
BZ, do you think the Bulls are better than the Hawks right now?
No, I don't think they're better than the Hawks. Yeah.
Who had the better offseason, BZ, the Bulls or the Heat?
The
Heat brought in PJ Tucker. Who else?
Yeah, PJ Tucker, Kyle Lowry, and who else? Is somebody else? I feel like I'm missing somebody. They got Duncan back.
And Jimmy.
And Jimmy back. They got Bam. Yeah, they're gonna be playing bully ball. So the better offseason between them two, I mean, I would just say the Bulls just because from where they coming from. I think their roster last year to this roster now, I would say I would say okay, they won. I ain't gonna say they won off season, but they having a better off season because they made moves. Like they definitely made moves, and I feel like Miami was still gonna be. They still was gonna be in there in that mid to almost upper tier in the Eastern Conference anyway, regardless, even if they still had their same squad. But yeah, I would say Bulls. I like what the Bulls did. I think Lonzo and Zach are gonna be a great fit, man. I can see that being a really fun. I can't wait for this new NBA season to start, man. I can't wait.
I can't either. We got a super chat from Mac Miller. Mac Miller, what's up? I think this is the first time seeing you tonight. So Westbrook and Kawhi can both clank it off the rim in the clutch. LOL. If you saying if they were the Lakers, I guess.
What? What was the question?
He said, so Westbrook and Kawhi can both clank it off the rim in the clutch.
In the clutch. Oh, so pretty much what he's saying is like they both ain't gonna come up big in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, we ain't gonna see Kawhi for a minute, so I mean, he ain't gonna be having nothing to cluck off.
That's funny.
He's gonna be out. I mean, it's definitely gonna be interesting seeing Westbrook playing with someone like a LeBron. I mean, yeah, we know he played with Kevin Durant, but we all know Kevin Durant and LeBron are two different type of players. So it's really going to be interesting to see how Westbrook is going to, get used to playing with someone like LeBron. I'm interested in seeing that. So yeah.
What are your thoughts on the rest? Oh, go ahead, Sheldon.
No, go ahead. You can ask that.
No, I was just going to say, B, what are your thoughts on just the Lakers overall?
They just got older, really. Yeah, they just got older. I mean, the Lakers, they're a big market team. So I mean, them making all these moves and paying all these folks this money is expected. It wasn't watching them making all these moves was not surprising, especially you know how LeBron is. Whenever LeBron has a year or whatever team he's with and they have a year that they don't win or they don't go to the finals, they make lots of moves or they try to make a lot of moves to try to appease their stars. So I mean, seeing them making all these moves is not surprising. It was dope to see Dwight Howard come back because I feel like they was really missing him last year. I said that I was saying after they won a championship and Dwight Howard left, I was like, that's a mistake. They should have kept him instead of bringing Marc Gasol. I feel like they should have kept Dwight Howard and let Marc Gasol be wherever he was at. And I think it was dope, though, different subject. I think that's dope that the Suns got JaVale McGee in the offseason because whenever Ayton was on the bench, they was lacking size. So, you got someone that can run the court, that can protect the basket, and that can rebound pretty well in JaVale McGee. So I think that's a nice pickup from the Suns. But Lakers just got older. Lakers got older. They got a couple of little young pieces in there, but Lakers just got older. I'm really just interested to see how many games a lot of these players are going to play together in this because now we're going back to 82 seasons. So 82 games in the season.
Damn, for real.
So I wanted it's going back to regular. Like this upcoming fall is going to be regular. Like, yeah. So I want to see how many games they're going to hold off. We already predicting how many games AD going to play because we already assuming he's going to be injured at some point. We know Brown is going to take a week and a half, 2-week vacation, in the middle of the season. Just to kind of make sure he's right for the playoffs. So yeah, I mean, on paper they look good, but I really want to see this group play together. Like I really want to see how well they're going to mesh. And being that they're veterans and hopefully they can learn how to mesh and learn how to make it work. Because I wouldn't be surprised if they look funky within the first 10 or 15 games of this regular season. But and then if you know how folks get, they're gonna start panicking and saying, "Oh, Lakers ain't gonna win, they ain't gonna make the playoffs because they starting off 7-9 or something like that." But yeah, I just want to see how they gonna play because you can look good on paper, but if y'all don't mesh well, it's just gonna be pointless.
Who is your league pass squad to watch this upcoming season? It's a question for everybody too, but B, you can start.
League pass. Well, I mean, that answer's pretty obvious. You should know. I don't see my pick
outside.
Okay, say outside.
Team,
Of,
I'm about to say yeah. I mean, I don't.
that's easy.
Yeah. Damn.
Okay, that's cool.
I need.
What about you, Shelton?
I need to look at the rosters. Hold on, I gotta look at like everybody rosters to answer that. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Who's your league pass team to watch this year, Shelton?
Of course, my Hornets and the Hawks. Well, the Hawks I can see on TV, but that's the team I just want to see their progression from last year. See if they can build on to what they did last year. See if they can keep that train rolling.
What about you, Ken?
Man, I'm watching every Laker game, bro. I definitely got to see this. But outside of that, Detroit, I want to see what the Young Bucks do, man.
What about you, Nick?
I got 3 teams.
Okay, we know the Knicks is one.
Yeah, the Knicks is one.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, LA is the other one. The Lakers. And I'm gonna look at Chicago Bulls because I'm gonna be on Lonzo's ass all year long.
Of course you are. So I got a team that nobody has said. And when I think of league pass team, I'm thinking about that team that's not going to get that national coverage. Houston. Houston drafted lots of young puppies out there on that perimeter, 2 of which have played together, Josh Christopher and Jalen Green, back in high school.
Together.
Yep. Man, look. To me, Houston, see, and this is why I say GMs, they just got to get up off their ass, and if you got a disgruntled superstar, let them go. Let them walk. 7 years on the contract, bye-bye. It don't matter. Why? Because now they got 4 perimeter guys. Are all of them going to pan out? No. I have my idea that Jalen Green will, but even if you get Jalen Green out of that James Harden's deal, it was worth it. You got the next guy.
Hey, FIFO, is John Wall still there?
He is, but I don't know if they're good. I don't know what's gonna happen with him. I don't know if they're gonna keep him.
Yeah, I think they should let him go. Or trade him.
Should buy him out. Ain't nobody gonna trade for that, B.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot his contract. Yeah, I think right now Houston just need to just start with the young core.
Yep.
Start from scratch and go to the young core.
Yep. Just let all them youngins play. Like if you over 25, you not getting more than 10 minutes on this squad, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta be 25 and under to play here.
Let the youngins play. Build around that.
Let me get to a couple of these super chats. We got a couple more just now. Hey, if y'all got some more super chats, y'all can throw them in here. Appreciate the love. Tigolo came in late. Tigolo, what's happening? He said he missed the show, but he want to show love. We'll watch later. Appreciate that.
You, man.
Tell somebody else to watch with you, man. Appreciate you as always. Glad to see you here. Drink More Water said Carson Wentz and Quentin Nelson both out 5 to 12 weeks with the same foot injury. We had this injury since high school. Who did? We already had this injury since high school.
Wentz has had this same injury since high school.
Oh, Wentz did.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what they said, 5 weeks to 9 months, something crazy.
5 to 12.
They said 5 weeks to 5 years.
That's a crazy time, right, man?
Yeah, they lose their best offensive lineman and they starting QB. That's a horrible way to start the season.
It is.
It really is for a new team, and you really wanted to see. I was excited to see what he would look like in a different uniform. Not that I think he was going to do nothing, I just wanted to see it. And I hate that we're not going to get to see it because that defense on that team is good. And
but Shelton, we're not going to miss much because think about it. There's 3 weeks of preseason, right? So that eats into that 5 to 12. So he'll be back, by 3rd or 4th game.
But
he should be.
Have you seen their schedule?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, their schedule's tough.
I'm just gonna show you their schedule, bro. By the time he get back, they might as well say we a lottery.
But it's the AFC South. So,
bro, look,
the Jags.
I'm telling you their schedule, bro.
The motherfucking Texans ain't doing shit.
It ain't got shit to do with
them. And then who else is in that division?
What's that schedule?
The Titans.
Okay. So the Titans could do something.
It's when you start off like that though, FIFO.
Yeah, they gonna start off.
That murder road, they gotta go down. What's the teams, Nick?
Hold on. Hold on.
I know they're playing the Dolphins.
I know the first game is the Rams. Oh no, the first game is Seattle, then the Rams, I believe. Yeah, Seattle, the Rams, Titans, Dolphins, Ravens. That's the first 5 weeks. Then after that is
That's 1 and 4.
Then after that is the Texans, 49ers, Titans, Jets, Jags. Then after that is
like 3 and 8.
Then after that is the Bills, Bucks, Texans, Patriots, Cardinals, and then the last 2 games is the Raiders and Jaguars. I got them going 8 and 9.
Well, here's the thing.
At best.
Without Carson Wentz, in that first 4 games, the only team I think they could probably beat would be the Rams, only because the Rams are going to start off without Austin Eckler. And we know how Sean McVay's offense. I know they got Matthew Stafford. He's an upgrade at quarterback. But what Sean McVay does is predicated on the run. They don't have a starting running back right now. And I want to say their backup got hurt too.
But they having a backup QB for the first.
No, I feel that. But
you know what I mean?
And it depends on who the backup QB is. Now, I'll tell you this. I've seen a lot of people say that they should go get Nick Foles. Do you understand what that would do to Carson Wentz's psyche? You
Nick
can't
Foles
do that.
isn't good enough.
Who can they bring in though?
I feel you.
I don't know, but
They might as well try to trade for if either they gonna stick to who they got,
the Red Rifle,
or trade for Jimmy G.
This is just.
Because to me, the Colts.
Here's the problem with that.
Go ahead.
This is just people just not thinking. This is the people making a quick association because of Wentz and Foles. So they just jump into Foles like it's like, oh, let's go get Foles because it worked before. No, this is stupid. Leave Foles where he's at.
I don't think it's stupid. I think
it's stupid.
I think it's partly viable because obviously Foles is familiar with Frank Wright's.
Foles is not that good, bro.
No, I understand that, but we're talking about just to come in to play backup. We're not talking to be the full-time starter. We're just saying, hey, get us through these.
Yeah, my thing is more.
I told y'all this before about him, and it came true. And I'm telling y'all now.
I agree, Ken.
They will have the same record, 1 and 4.
Possibly. My thing is this: the Colts are in win now mode. They are literally a QB away from competing in the AFC.
And Foles isn't the guy.
I'm not saying Foles is the guy, but I'm saying if they, depending on what they're really trying to do, if they're willing to waste another season, maybe go get Jimmy G. Because Jimmy G, they already talking about Jimmy G losing his job to Trey Lance already. They said Trey Lance is balling in practice and all that shit.
Yeah, but Jimmy G. But that's in shorts. Yeah,
I get that.
Let's see when them bullets really is live.
But the 49ers could cut Jimmy G and the dead cap money is less than $3 million.
No, I get all that. But I don't think a Jimmy G trade is happening before the season starts. Which
it's not.
The 49ers have played this the way you're supposed to play it. Yeah, we got a good guy. We built the rest of the roster. We got an opportunity to go draft the prototypical quarterback of the future. Let's see how it plays out. If Jimmy starts off 2-2, 2-3, 3-2. Let's see what the youngin got.
Let me show you a headline. Let me show you the headline that the Colts are pushing now. It says retired QB Phillip Rivers says he hasn't ruled out return.
But you know what though? But Phillip Rivers is a good.
Now we're talking.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes more sense than Nick Foles.
What makes sense to me would be, and I don't know how viable it would be, but I would maybe try to reach back out and try to get Jacoby Brissett back from Miami. I don't know if they're willing to part with him, but
they don't want no black man starting in
Jacoby Brissett go.
That's a good one too, Shelton.
Who's the other black career backup QB that's in San Diego or LA?
Starts with
what's his name?
Tyrod Taylor.
Yep, Tyrod. Go get you a Tyrod.
Tyrod Taylor's
he's starting in Houston. He ain't taking no backup, bro.
So did they officially give Deshaun Watson games off?
No, they have not, but they know it's coming. So Tyrod is getting started reps. Matter of fact, Deshaun did not dress out today.
Interesting. So
Tyrod is the answer for Houston short term.
No, Tyrod is the starter short term.
Right.
Dolphins need to make that trade.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
With Tua?
Look, they need to give up Tua and Xavier Howard. Right?
Isn't I thought he was. Did he already leave or he's still there?
Yes.
No, he's still there. The cornerback.
No, he didn't leave. He's actually practicing. He wants a new contract, but he is practicing right now.
I heard he was willing to leave though.
Like he's willing to stay in Miami.
Yeah, he
demanded the trade, but he's actually willing to stay.
So the issue, and I don't know if y'all saw it, he was talking about basically, and he led the NFL with interceptions with 10 interceptions. He just wants to be compensated as one of the top corners in the league like he is. The game film proves it. The stats prove it. The paycheck does not. And he's not saying that he necessarily wants a new contract, but a restructured deal to pay him more like a top cornerback right now is what he's interested in. And the Dolphins are just kind of shitting on him. So if that's the case, you have a disgruntled cornerback and a questionable quarterback, even though I don't know if y'all seen some of the highlights of training camp. Tua looks better than last year.
Good.
You move on from Tua. You move on from Xavier Howard because you know what the hell you're getting with Deshaun Watson. You know what that is, especially with them weapon. Like, look, now Deshaun had one weapon. The Dolphins have weapons everywhere. Tight end, wide receiver. O-line is still iffy, but hey, that's Deshaun Watson with the legs. You good. Defense, he ain't never had a defense like that. Yeah, he had J.J. Watt, but he ain't never had a defense like that. Even without Xavier Howard. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm the Dolphins, hey, what is it going to take?
Well, shout out to Portland for the stellar offseason.
Ken.
Cody Zeller.
Ken, why are you being that guy?
Ben McLemore.
Hey, shit.
And that's why he got to go.
And don't forget the bag, CJ McCollum.
You got to go. Hey, but you know what? That is a nice nickname for CJ.
The bag.
The bag. Hey,
that's the one Manny gave him.
Man.
But when you look at it, there's not many.
Manny an asshole.
He is asshole. But there's not many.
Got a bad CJ McCollum.
He do got a bag.
I know he does. But
there's not many dudes that have a bigger bag of tricks than CJ.
Nah, he nice.
I like the nickname.
He nice, but he done.
The team done. Once Dame leave, they might as well blow up the whole thing.
Yeah, they got to trade CJ. They got to trade all that.
Yep. But it's Portland's just, I don't know.
If I'm OKC, I'd be interested in CJ McCollum. I'll give up some of them draft picks for him.
That'd be a good pair of him and Shea.
Any more super chats before we? Okay.
Yeah, we got another super chat from Reggie. Reggie, we appreciate the love, man. Reggie said, with this new crop of NBA rookies and some free agents getting max deals with their second contract, who will be the next players to fall victim to the Kardashians? You know why they're watching.
Oh, I already know. Cade Cunningham.
No, don't say that.
I'm sorry. Why you saying that?
Because he put the shades on.
B still got the bottles that he popped out. he ain't done celebrating yet, kid.
I still got my bottles, Dick. I'm still drinking. Don't say that, Ken. Don't say that.
He can't wait. He put them shades on, B.
Hey,
I'm like, oh, shit. Y'all in trouble.
I don't want to agree with Ken, but hey, that nigga ready for the limelight. That nigga ready for the limelight.
That's why he got the shades on. It's bright.
Well, he put the shades on because those are buffs. That's the Detroit thing. You got to put the buffs on when you about to live in Detroit.
That's it, Bees. I'm with you, Bees. Right. He gonna be all right.
Yeah, he gonna be all right, man.
But he wasn't in Detroit.
Hey, he already got the nickname. They call him Motorcade.
That's what I'm saying. Motorcade, yeah, man. Motor City, baby.
That's what they gonna call
him. We got a few more super chats. Actually, we appreciate the love, man. Tigolo said, "Did y'all discuss anti-vax Lamar Jackson?"
I think we did. We did last week.
No, we didn't talk about it on air.
Yeah, we joked about it a bit. Yeah, remember we said he said he run fast, but not fast enough against COVID.
Yeah.
He gonna be compromised this season. I'm expecting.
Well, this is the second bout with it, so Well, wait. So he caught the first one, then he caught Delta. He's probably gonna catch Lambda. He gonna catch all the Greek alphabet.
He gonna go through the whole family.
I don't think. I'm not gonna say they're not gonna make the playoffs, but I think his play will be compromised based on these. Because we saw what happened to Cam. We saw anybody who gets COVID. I feel like they play.
COVID the only thing that can catch him.
Yeah. The next super chat came from Lil Smokey. Lil Smokey said, "Don't forget Miami got Marquise Morris." That is a nice pickup for Miami.
They're gonna be whooping everybody ass, bro.
Yeah, they're gonna. That's a team you are not going to want to fight.
New bad boys.
You ain't gonna want to fight.
You, man, I said in the chat, man, they playing bully. They plan on playing bully ball. They bully balling you this year.
You are not gonna fight them. Drink more water with the super chat. Drink more water said. I said Lil Smokey gave the last super chat. Drink more water said. Lakers about to have 82 national TV games. That is true. That is true.
Yeah,
the Lakers are gonna be on TV every week.
Russ, Carmelo, LeBron, AD.
That's why I named them too, because we gonna get to see them anyway.
Lake Show.
Yeah. Arterial Stover said, he said, missed most of the show, but wanted to show love. I mean, we appreciate the love, man. Thanks for coming in. Now that this matters all the much for us, y'all hit that like button, man, please, and subscribe. And please ask somebody else to watch later so we can drop these numbers. We appreciate the love. Mr. Ant-Man, what's happening, Mr. Ant-Man 27? He said, Foles about to run Wentz out of Indy, too. Also, Nick, what's up with Giants practice brawl, bro?
I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, it almost got fucked up because Daniel Jones was underneath the whole pile. But he
used to that.
All right, bro. I ain't gonna laugh at that. I ain't supporting that joke. I love it. It was a team camaraderie. You know, in every sports movie, they gotta have a fight, right? And if the team come together stronger than ever.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Okay.
Assume the position.
They said they was laughing and joking afterwards. I read the report, so they good.
Hey, I did have one question for y'all, for my own super chat for y'all. Hey, who is the team, the NBA team that's going to surprise this year?
NBA, somebody said Kate Kardashian. NBA team? NBA team.
We had last year, of course, we had Phoenix. We had the Hawks. These were the main.
And the Knicks.
Those three teams.
Oh, I know why he asked.
Who was going to be this year's Knicks team?
Yeah, I was gonna say the team. You know, I'm gonna say this one. I think. Oh, you mean like surprise, like out of the blue?
Yeah, like nobody expected the Knicks nor Phoenix to be where they were. The Hawks either. So who is that team this year that nobody's really checking for that's going to surprise some people?
I have two teams.
You might say one of mine.
Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlotte.
He wanted you to say Charlotte. That's why we wasn't trying to say it. I'm gonna.
I know.
I was
the new Mellow.
Ain't no new Mellow.
My team, I think is gonna be Memphis. I think Memphis might be a surprise. They might make a big jump that I think a lot of us probably won't expect this year. So that's my guess.
I'm gonna say Toronto, the Raptors. I think people forgot about them. They were basically a world beater team just a few years ago, recently. So I think, and then they got
I like their rookie.
Yeah, they got a good rookie or somebody who I don't think they expected the people
to be able to get him.
Yeah, to get him. So I think the Raptors will make some noise this year.
Timberwolves. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the reason
Anthony
why
Edwards, baby.
Yeah, the reason why I said obviously we see what Anthony Edwards is, but you're gonna start the season with Cat and D'Angelo Russell, so they're gonna have their big three, and I think they should make some strides.
That's the reason why FIFA I say they're not because of Anthony Edwards, but because of Cat and Russell. Them the liabilities. I just don't see it with that team until they get rid of Cat. Even though he has talent, I just don't see him helping that team. My surprise team is Golden State.
How is that a surprise?
Because nobody's really talking about Golden State and the fact that they didn't make the playoffs this year.
We always talk about Golden State.
Nobody's been talking about them this offseason, I'm saying, with all the moves that's happening around them.
Because they ain't done shit.
Huh?
They ain't do shit.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, you're talking about the teams, everybody's talking about these other guys. Phoenix is still going to be there. The Lakers going to be there. I just think Golden State is going to rebound this year and finally make a push.
I guess.
I think they'd be a surprise. I didn't count for them to be anything.
Okay.
We got one more super chat. Okay. We got one more super chat from Connor Pearson Ward. What's happening, Connor Pearson Ward? He's right. The only people Miami missing is Marcus Smart and DeMarcus Cousins.
True.
that would be the all-time bad boy lineup, hands down.
Yep.
Hands down.
All right. Well, we thank you, everybody, for the super chats. We thank everybody for the chats. We thank everybody for watching, liking, and subscribing to the show. And that's going to do it for us. We'll be back Thursday. We'll catch you guys then. We out. Peace.
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 Yes, sir. Peace.